when Captain America throws his mighty shield. All those who chose to oppose his shield must yield. If he's led to a fight and a duel is due, then the red and the white and the blue will come through when Captain America throws his mighty shield.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 2 of the X-Squadron podcast. We are the X-Squadron. I am your squad leader, Red Leader, the one and only Mr. Iniselli. Thank you, BSAP, for that. Before we get started, I just want to give you all of our information. We can be reached at our website, www.xsquadron.weebly.com. You can email us at xsquadpod@gmail.com. You can find us on soundcloud.com/xsquadpod. and youtube.com/xsquadpod, and on Twitter at xsquadpod. So, today I have with me the same guys I had with me last week. I have Matt Pegno. Hello. I got BSAP. I got John Pagano. I got Matt DiMartino.
Hello.
And I got the Spider William.
That'd be me.
That would be you. Today we have a really big show. We got our Civil War movie review, the movie we've all been waiting for. And I think you might know that we liked it a lot. But first, we need a shout out to someone who helped us out a lot, Andrew Brooks. He was responsible for making all of our logos for us and putting together our posters that you see all around the school and on our Twitter page and on our YouTube channel and all those things. So, Andrew, thank you very much. We also got a tweet from Andrew. It was the only tweet we ever had, and that's okay. We've got some retweets, but Andrew tweeted us his list for the favorite movies, and he has his honorable mention as Iron Man 1. His number 3 was X-Men Days of Future Past. His number 2 was Deadpool, and his number 1 was Batman Begins. That was the only Batman movie to make it in because we didn't allow The Dark Knight, obviously. But
Batman Begins was close fourth for me. Close fourth for me, Batman Begins.
I had Begins in there.
You had Begins in yours, Demo?
Yeah, I think so. I think it was either the honorable mention or number 3.
Oh, okay. Then I'm mistaken.
Demo, there is powdered
My list
sugar
has
everywhere.
changed.
We'll get to that. We're going to do a re-ranking later.
We
Yeah,
are?
Demo.
Yeah.
I was not made aware
Very,
of
very
this.
quickly. If it's a I don't like telling you
All
stuff
right,
because I like
Paula.
spontaneity on the podcast. My best friend Joe, who listened to the podcast for us, he was a little upset that not more of us had Guardians of the Galaxy in our top.
I'd like to apologize in advance, Joe, for any shenanigans you may hear.
Thanks, BSAP. Joe, he apologizes for not having Guardians in his list.
I forgot about that one when I was doing. I was doing the list.
I mean, I liked that movie a lot, but it was more of a goofy, feel-good sort of movie. And I suppose, like, at this point, when Marvel's built, like, this huge cinematic universe, Guardians of the Galaxy was not a part of it. And that's good, but, you know, it also means, like, we don't pay as much attention, I guess.
Yeah, Guardians is kind of irrelevant when you put it in the big puzzle. I mean, it's going to get reconnected with the Infinity War, but so far it's irrelevant.
Oh, I hope
I
so.
hadn't seen it
How
until
can
2
you say
days
it's
ago.
irrelevant?
I mean, it's got nothing.
It's got an Infinity Stone.
To connect it to the rest. That
got
was the
good
first
actors.
Infinity Stone confirmed we'd seen.
All right, if you say so. We also have our first request.
Ooh.
We have a request from AJ Rayola. He's a sophomore in Xavier High School. He would like the next bit by bit from Will Corsi, Spider William, to be about Battlefield 1. So we can either do that today if you know anything about it today.
Yeah. Thank you, AJ, for making a request. Thank you for showing interest. I've honestly never been a great big fan of Battlefield, but I look at this trailer and I am very excited for it for one main reason. They're doing something different, and I know that people are always trying to do something different, and in the current mainstream FPSs, all the ones we've had, I know Call of Duty gets flack a
going
lot
farther
for
and
doing
farther
farther
into
and
outer space.
farther into space and into the future. And for them to pull something back and do a World War I style shooter with what looks like to me to be authentic-ish I don't know.
Yeah, it looks
World
a
War-
little over the top. At points.
Yeah, but
it looks pretty cool.
But it's Battlefield,
yeah.
so it's going to have a little over the top.
There's going to be biplanes. I mean, if you get to fly around in a biplane,
That'd
that
be
would be
cool.
great. I haven't done that since like 2010.
So like in the trailer, all they show you is like the movie segments of the game, right?
I think
Yeah,
I
it
mean-
says it's made with the game engine, but I think we all know it's going to look different
And it's going to be very multiplayer driven, as all the Battlefield games are.
as
And
its
Battlefront.
genre.
Yeah.
The last World War II game I played was Medal of Honor. You guys ever? remember that
I've
game?
heard of that. I think it's
No.
faded into.
That was like it was like Doom.
Yeah.
If you guys remember Doom, do you right? That was like
Yes.
this. Yeah, you remember Doom?
coming back.
And
Doom's
Duke,
coming back.
Duke Nukem.
The FPS
Oh, Duke
genre in
Nukem.
general is just dying off for me a little bit.
Yeah, everything's like that now. All right, in the news, anybody see the Assassin's Creed trailer?
Yeah, I just saw it today actually.
I didn't see it yet,
Oh, it's pretty good.
which is unfortunate.
It's
because
pretty
I want
good.
To.
This looks like it's gonna be the first good video game movie. I have no faith in Warcraft.
Yeah, I don't have any faith in
Really?
Warcraft
It
either.
looks really dumb.
You mean Narnia?
No,
It kind of looks like
it looks like
Narnia.
Narnia with Shrek.
Donkey! We have to stop the White Queen
What's
from
that?
freezing the forest.
That's Shrek.
It's Shrek means Narnia.
Callum Lynch is played by Michael Fassbender, the guy who played Magneto. So that's pretty cool.
Yes.
Um,
He gets kidnapped, he gets murdered, and then people think he's murdered, and then he's put into the Animus. Is that how you
Yeah.
pronounce
Yes,
that? Animus.
Animus.
I think this is something really smart that they did in the trailer. If you look at it, they put him in like a harness, like that's attached to his spine
That's
While
my boot,
he's-
sorry.
That's
while he's like experiencing the memories. Like if you've played the games, you see they put them in like an MRI sort of machine,
table thing.
operating table, and then they experience it, and then they somehow gain skills from that. And I'm like, no.
Yes, but there's a lot of stabbing and jumping and running.
yeah,
That's good.
which no, if you're laying in that thing for hours on end, your muscles would do the exact opposite.
Yeah.
and the costumes look great.
They look really
I don't
good.
like. I don't
So
like
good.
the eye tattoos.
You don't like the eye tattoos?
Face tattoos always kind of throw
They
me off.
scare
yeah,
me.
Same.
Like
They
Mike
throw me
Tyson?
off.
I get scared by the sight of them.
You could always bite someone's ear off to make it better, though.
Yeah, but if Mike Tyson says one word, you just start laughing.
No, he does it like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only thing I'm really concerned about is if they're going to do the same plot as the game where they're looking for the legendary, like, alien artifacts, the pieces of Eden. Because,
And then somehow interconnect it with a major historical event.
yes, that's their MO, granted,
Whatever
but
happened
still.
to just a guy on a mission?
I don't know.
That's like my
mean-
favorite type of story. Die Hard, guy on a mission. Indiana Jones, guy on a mission.
To an extent, 2 was basically Guy on a Mission.
My personal favorite for Black Flag was kind of just, I'm a pirate, I want money.
Yeah, no, he
Which is
didn't really
good.
get involved with the whole assassin
Which I
organization
liked, and it
until,
was
like,
just a
the end
fantastic
of the
game in general.
I haven't finished it yet, so,
Really?
Yeah.
4 is definitely, it's one of my top 5 games of all time, actually.
Cool.
What I saw today was very interesting. Was there's a teaser for Infinity War?
Where?
Did anybody see the teaser for Infinity
There's
War?
no way.
No, but I'm shocked you actually watched it.
Well, it's not a trailer.
It's a
The
teaser.
It's an
Rogue One
inter-
was also a teaser.
It's an interview with the cast of Civil War, and they're not in costume or anything.
Oh,
It's just
right.
them
And-
sitting like behind the scenes, and they're like, "So, what do you think Infinity War is going to be about?"
Wait, they're shooting?
I think they might have shot some of it already. But
And
Really?
if I
Maybe.
may, Mr. I, can I bring up Anthony Mackie?
Please
who
bring up
plays
Anthony
my
Mackie.
favorite Falcon. He said the quote, "It's going to be the Star Wars of this generation."
Oh, please.
Oh.
Enough.
I couldn't wait to tell BSAP that. What do you
give
think?
me a break.
A cold
First-
chill just ran up his
First,
spine.
first of all, BSAP.
Okay.
Well,
It might well possibly be. You know, it's got a shot.
You
Now-
cannot.
Civil War was good.
Yeah, Civil War is
Infinity
very
War
good.
could be better.
But you can, but you cannot ever say that a movie will be the Star Wars district. Come on.
he's not saying it'll be better than Star Wars.
No, I know he's not
saying
saying
it's
that.
going to have the same impact.
It's going to
think it is.
define this generation as Star Wars defined its generation.
Exactly.
I think it is the
no.
Star Wars of this generation already.
Excuse me. No.
What, you don't even have a reason.
I do
You're
have a
just saying
reason.
no because we're comparing something to Star Wars.
Go tell us that.
We
go
are
tell that to
intro-
Kanja Club.
Okay.
Go.
Yeah. We are introduced in Star Wars to some new, talented, young, very good actors and actresses.
And Harrison Ford.
Well, he's no longer there with. But
Whoa.
hey,
Yeah,
look,
spoiler, guys, he
look-
dies.
Yeah, I don't know if you haven't seen the movie by now, but
If you didn't see it, it's your fault. It's out on DVD.
I think for the Star Wars, it's a new generation now that's falling in love with the franchise, and that's what to say it's going to be the the defining movie of the generation. Relax. Well, relax.
All right, we'll see. I hope it
Anthony
is.
Mackie is known for making like bold comments.
But he's Anthony Mackie, and he does what he wants.
He does what he wants.
He didn't come out and say it's gonna. He was just kind of casually saying.
No, but like
Right,
when
and he
Civil
did
War
it-
was coming out, he's like, "This is the best one. This is." I think he called it the Godfather of superhero movies.
Which it is.
Yeah.
Which it is.
I've never
get
watched
into
it.
We'll
get
get
to
there.
that.
We'll get there.
A few more things first.
Jeremy Renner in the teaser said what? He's Hawkeye. He says he feels confident that it's going to be a huge movie with a lot of things going on, but the Russo brothers will be very focused on characters.
Him confident?
Aw, he was almost the Bourne guy, wasn't he?
No, he
Didn't
was
do
the
Bourne?
Bourne
He
guy.
was, right?
And then they made the crappy movie, and now he's back in Hawkeye.
Oh, well, he was good in Hawkeye. Well, we'll get to that. Paul Bettany, who plays the Vision. He in this video was practically speechless about what it's going to be like. He almost couldn't get an answer out. That's how excited he was about Infinity War.
Which probably means he's going to get a lot more screen time.
Yeah, he's going to be pretty
And
important.
money.
And money.
Well, I hope. I mean,
Well,
They're
I mean,
all
man's
going to
gotta
get a lot of
act,
zeros
and
in their paycheck.
it seems really weird to hear his voice like as Vision when he's not all painted up as
yeah,
Vision.
when he's just a normal dude.
I imagine he looked like Giles from Buffy the Vampire
He looks
Slayer.
exactly the same. Just take the purple
I need to see this.
paint off of him.
Yeah, that's what I hope.
It was on comicbook.com if you're looking. I also read that Psylocke in the X-Men movie, Apocalypse, was not originally supposed to be one of the four horsemen.
Oh, who was it?
Professor X was supposed to be the fourth horseman.
But
They decided to take that out because
I
he
don't
didn't. The
I
director
mean-
said he didn't do anything in the third act of the movie, so they just.
Just
took him
going to be
plus he's
in a
in
wheelchair.
a wheelchair. How? I don't care.
Well, he could get put on a horse and just strapped in, I guess.
I
duct
don't
tape
care.
around the
Like if
horse.
you're.
We'll get the
Well,
scooter
I don't know if you
Pegman
guys
has.
watched Game of Thrones, but Bran.
Peace out.
You guys watch Game of Thrones?
No, I don't.
The youngest Stark is paralyzed from the waist down, and they have a special seat for him to ride a horse on.
Was he the one who got carried through the forest?
Yeah,
by
because he can't
Hodor?
walk. By Hodor. Hodor. Anybody want to talk about Flash or Arrow?
No,
I don't know if we want to talk about
especially.
that.
I've really
They're
lost
lame.
interest in Flash.
They're
about how-
good shows. Oh,
I'm not.
no.
I'm not saying they're not.
I enjoy them too.
Crybaby Barry Allen.
Okay, that's you can make a you can make a solid argument for that. That'll give.
He's
to you,
worse
but
than Tobey Maguire.
That's pushing it.
Are you up to date? Did you
With
see-
Arrow
Yeah,
and Flash?
with Flash at least. I'm not up
With
to date
Flash,
with Arrow.
I'm 2 episodes behind, but still,
He had the ultimate crybaby fest on the last episode.
Did he
Oh, what
really?
happened? Did his girlfriend die?
That's a pretty
No,
tragic
it-
moment.
Did his mentor slash father figure die?
These are all
I don't
pretty
wanna
tragic
spoil
moments.
anything.
Is he struggling with his powers and having a normal life?
That was 2 episodes ago. That was a good guess though.
No, it was because it was directed by Kevin Smith, and Kevin Smith likes it when he cries.
Kevin Smith.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a lot better because he
Everyone's
directed it.
seen-
but he didn't write it.
Everyone's seen the video of Kevin Smith crying, right?
No.
Oh, watch it when you go home. It's his reaction to the last season 1, episode 22, and he's just bawling like a baby.
Okay, we're going to do 2 reviews for you today. We're going to do a non-spoiler review, and then we're going to hit you with spoilers. So you'll know when to shut off the podcast, go watch the movie, and then come back. So let's start with a Civil War review, non-spoilers. So if you haven't seen the movie, you're still safe.
Gentlemen, keep it civil.
Keep it...
I quit.
Tell Conja Club.
Yes.
So, overall feelings. Let's go around. Overall feelings about the movie.
9 out of 10.
9 out of 10.
I think it's the best Marvel movie, but only because the other movies lead up to it. Without the other movies, this one's not the best one.
Okay. BSAP?
Can I rate mine out of 5 stars?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
I will give mine a 4.25 out of 5.
Where would you put The Force Awakens as a number?
4.25 out of 5.
He's gonna need scientific notation.
Hold, time out. Hit, ring the bell. You are telling us that the Infinity War is not going to be the Star Wars of this generation, but you just ranked Civil War, a lesser movie of Infinity War, supposedly, at the same as The Force Awakens.
The only reason why I had The Force Awakens is that because of the similarities to A New Hope.
Math
That's
has
the only
betrayed
reason
you.
why.
Because it wasn't original.
And plus, it's a bold prediction to say this is going to be like Star Wars. And that's what I'm saying. But anyway, I liked the movie. I liked it a lot. a lot. My only gripe is there's a lot to keep up with. A lot of things happening at once.
For you, I mean, you've watched the original trilogy maybe 1,000 times.
No, what are you talking about?
Only 1,000, Pegno?
Okay.
No, he's not talking about Star Wars. He's talking about Civil
Oh,
War.
he's talking about Civil War.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he says Civil War moves a little too fast for him.
Too fast?
No, like
What
the,
is
the beginning
you need
scene
a
is.
scooter.
I like the scene in the beginning. That's pretty exciting. But throughout the like after that scene in
No spoilers.
after that scene in that particular location we haven't talked about yet, it gets pretty dull, and it moves slowly. And this I really can't say a lot
Because this doesn't happen in Star Wars.
It doesn't.
Never.
Because
No,
you always have a
never.
cutscene to like Darth Vader like choking someone to death.
I felt like every 10 minutes was a major fight scene.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
Awesome.
I just,
Yeah, no,
I
that's
felt
great.
Like more like
And the fight scenes were
large
fight
confrontations.
scenes.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
I saw this movie twice. The first time, it felt a little long for me.
It
And it's
did.
probably because I had to try. I
It
was
is the longest
focusing.
Marvel movie.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
I was trying to focus so hard on everything that it maybe it felt long. But the second time I saw it, I was like, this movie moves. This movie moves really well.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll feel that way if you see it again.
I did feel it was a little long though.
Okay.
That's just how I mean, again,
For me, the only slow point, which I won't say what it is but for me, the only slow point actually ended with a really fantastic scene. So it kind of made up for it. So I actually didn't think it was that bad at all.
I think this no spoilers will be fine if you're allowed to mention anything that's in the trailer.
Oh, I don't remember what's in the trailer.
Oh, okay. All right.
Hey.
Whatever. Thanks. Is that my first bell?
no, that's
Oh, that's for you.
No, it doesn't matter whose fault it is. When we
Okay.
ring the bell, it's automatically his
Oh,
fault.
it's automatically B-Sex.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what did you give it out of 5 stars, Pagano?
100.
100
It's the
stars.
it's my
100
favorite
stars out
movie.
of 5
It's my favorite movie.
of all time.
Yes. Doesn't matter what the
Wow.
genre. It's my favorite movie.
Wow.
It dethroned Lord of the Rings: Two Towers.
Whoa.
Now I have issue with that. I have
I
Lord
was
of the Rings
gonna
Pez
say.
dispensers over there.
And Lord of the
Shall I go
that's
retreat them?
That's now my second favorite movie.
Aragorn is going to choke you to death with his cheap, chalky, disgusting candy from his face.
I'm still a huge fan. That hurt.
Wow. I liked Return of the King a little bit better than Two Towers, though.
I don't know. My favorite's Two Towers.
I like
But
the- I
back
like
to
the
Civil
Fellowship.
War.
Back to Civil War. Matt, what do you got?
Out of 5 stars, probably like a 4.95.
Yeah,
It was really good.
it was. It truly was.
a lot of decimals being used.
It says
Yeah.
4.25.
No, I'm just observing
Yeah.
something.
Will?
I would give it 8.5 quips out of 10. Because I loved so many things about it. It looked fantastic. Fight scenes were fantastic. But it suffers from 2 things that really I did not enjoy. Number one is the political drama that
I like
the
political
previous Captain America movie had. Different, but...
He's saying there wasn't enough,
Oh,
right?
no, I'm
Are
saying...
you saying there's too much political drama?
like it starts this chain reaction that you forget that this is about the whole hero registration act. It kind of moves into Steve is Bucky is Steve's BFF and he's not going to let anyone take him away.
I thought it was kind of sweet.
It was sweet. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying it moves past that. And the other one is some of the actions that the characters do, especially the villain, I don't necessarily agree with.
I love the villain.
I thought this was very weak villain.
I
Thank-
love this villain.
yeah.
Very
But
weak
was the
villain.
point of the movie
Yeah.
to have a very strong villain?
That's why I didn't care.
Yeah, I think it was balance it
That's
out.
like
There's a reason it's called Civil War.
right, exactly.
Can you really have a civil war? Pardon me, sir.
What's so civil about war anyway?
Nothing.
That's Guns N' Roses. Do we have to re-rank our movies?
Yes.
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 From last week.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think I'm gonna re-rank. I think I'm gonna put this at number 1. I think I'm gonna put Spider-Man number 2, and I'll put Guardians number 3
Why'd you start with number 1?
Dark Knight is
because you're a trendsetter.
so. Dark Knight is still your number one, though.
Dark Knight. I want to put this at the same level as Dark Knight.
I'm gonna have.
Call
I
me
re-ranked
crazy.
mine.
Call me crazy, but this is for me. It's at the same level
It's at
of
the
Dark
same.
Knight.
You're gonna call me even. You know.
If they're both on television, remember that's how I ranked my last movies. If they're both
I
on
like
TV and it's a dreary day out, I'm gonna watch Dark Knight. Like
Why,
if it's
because
raining.
it's dark?
Because it's dark. Thanks, Beast. Ring the bell. Very good observation. if it's a nice sunny day and I'm in a good mood and everything's cheery, I'm gonna put on Civil War because it's just brighter.
it's, you know,
They're both
It's
they're
always sunny in
jokes.
Philadelphia.
They're both on TV. I'm just flipping back and forth.
That's true too.
Just wait until the airport
That's true
fight.
too.
You know.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
You said you've rewatched the airport fight alone.
I've rewatched the airport fight about probably 12 times.
Hold your fire. How can you flip through The Dark Knight and Civil War without like losing focus and only staying tuned to one
I've seen
movie?
them both at least
Oh.
twice.
Yeah,
Okay,
because we remember what we saw the first time. What?
Plus, some TVs have the ability to stick on 2 channels, and then like you can rewind.
That's dumb.
You can't
Also,
focus
No,
on
that's
2 things
awesome.
at once.
Look.
You could focus on 2
What?
channels at the same time. You could watch
can
the entire,
multitask?
You can watch the entirety of one movie, and then as long as you stay on the other channel, you go back, and then you can watch that movie too.
I could split.
Big Bro would not be impressed right now, B-Sep.
I could split screen on my. I
Do
could.
that in the mic.
I could split screen on the
Like,
iPad.
no, please. Thank you.
I didn't do
having
it
a
into the
bad day.
mic. This is bad.
Okay. Anybody else want to re-rank?
I do.
Okay.
Should I go next?
Yeah, good.
I'll go next.
That's all right.
So my honorable mention is Deadpool, 3 Ant-Man, 2 Dark Knight, 1 Civil War.
So you're putting Dark Knight in there.
Yes, because it's now number 2.
Are we allowed to
Right.
do that?
Well, that's a good point.
Because
See,
Civil War is now my favorite movie over Dark Knight.
we
So
chose
Dark
not
Knight's
to
2.
put Dark Knight in because
Because it was
gonna-
our number 1.
because
I
it was
feel like we
everyone.
should have waited to do this until after the movie.
No, I like that
No.
we re-rank them.
Because you know what? You
my
guys.
It slides in at the 3, including Dark Knight.
Okay.
I'm not sure if I'm ready to dethrone Spider-Man 2.
Okay.
So I think that movie's really good. I love that movie.
High five.
Well,
Yeah.
for me, this takes from this takes over Deadpool. Deadpool moves number
yeah.
2,
Oh, you had that was your number 1, right? That's what you started with.
and then I'm gonna move the Dark Knight now to number 3, and then we'll have the Dark Knight Rises honorable mention. So that exists now.
Okay.
This one overthrew all of them.
Thank you.
It's up at number 1.
Thank you.
My previous number 1 was Avengers, and this is basically an Avengers movie.
This had more Avengers than
Than
the
the
Avengers
Avengers.
movies did.
The Avengers
It was
had the Avengers
amazing.
for 5 minutes.
Best. Yeah.
This one had them the whole time, so.
And
Yeah,
more
so
of them.
much
Yeah.
Great.
And
there
more.
was so much fighting.
So much.
It was
a
great.
lot.
I actually made a list of all the fights. How did we like the CGI?
Ant-Man looked way more CGI than normal.
Ant-Man looks great.
Yeah,
I
I
thought it
thought
was good.
Ant-Man looked pretty good.
I thought it
Yeah,
was better than
same.
last
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, true.
I like the new suit, too.
That suit is nice.
Is it new suit?
It's a new suit.
It looks pretty much the same.
Well,
They changed the helmet and they changed
The helmet was a
design.
little different, yeah.
Because it was like from like what, the 60s? Like it looked like a biker suit.
Here's the way I rank
It looked
CGI.
good.
What a coincidence that him and Hank Pym are the same size.
If
That they can fit into the same suit.
if I'm watching the movie and I don't notice the CGI, then it's good CGI.
Right.
I agree.
yeah, I
And that
didn't
was
really
me.
notice it.
You don't think Spider-Man looked a little faker than everybody else?
When I first saw the
No.
trailer, I thought
Yeah,
that. But
but-
then I realized
No.
his design and how he looked fit right into the rest of it.
And I mean, he is Spider-Man.
He is
so his
Spider-Man.
movements are going to be different than normal people.
Right.
I'm actually curious to see where they actually use like a real suit and where they use a fake suit.
Yeah.
Because I know they use a real suit. Oh, can't because we're not
Later.
non-spoilers yet.
Yeah, okay.
We're non-spoilers
All right,
yet.
you can save that. We can talk about costumes, though. I mean, did we like the outfits of everybody? Captain America suit was
Absolutely.
pretty much
Pretty much the
Iron
same,
Man's
but
suit glowed a little
Falcon
extra.
is the greatest.
Falcon. I thought they upgraded Falcon big time.
Yeah.
But Red Wing now, you know.
Yes.
Which
That
I
was
think
pretty
was
cool.
the name of his hawk when
Yes.
he was just
It
a
was.
guy with bird wings.
Yes.
Yes.
And it was a real bird.
And
Yes.
he
Not,
had a
not a
telepathic.
Birdman.
It wasn't a drone.
He had a telepathic connection with it.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Scarlet Witch. Did she have the
She
same
had like
basic?
she had like a jacket
Yeah.
instead of like a wrapped up sweater.
It was a sweet leather jacket.
It was
Okay.
very nice. She looked good, and she, in my opinion, might just be the MVP of that movie.
Well, she was obviously the most
Overpowered.
overpowering character. But we'll get into
Yeah.
that more later.
Hawkeye got a suit upgrade.
Did he?
Yeah.
Did he get
He's not wearing like the weird kilt
Purpley
anymore. You know,
stuff.
he was wearing like a kiln and
Yeah,
a
yeah,
cape
yeah.
last time.
Was everybody satisfied with the amount of Spider-Man that they saw?
Yes.
No.
Definitely.
Yes.
I wanted more, but
Okay,
I was
okay.
satisfied.
Would you
So-
would you say you needed more pictures of Spider-Man?
BSAP, why were you not satisfied?
Because I think it's just that everyone got excited when he was in the trailer, and I think that excitement died down quickly because he was barely in it. I mean, we saw him as his little. Can I say this?
No.
God.
Anything that was in All we're talking about is that we know he was in it. Were you happy with the amount of Spider-Man time you got?
I mean, okay, maybe I was satisfied, but I could have been happier with it.
I was super satisfied because from what I heard he was only in the movie for a little tiny bit.
Oh, really?
And he was in the movie for a lot more than a little tiny bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, people were saying like just the cameo,
Right.
but
right.
this was like something else.
Yeah, that was definitely something
He had
else.
a good part in the fight scene.
You had a solid role.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this the best Spider-Man action we've seen?
Yes.
I don't know. I think
Yes.
the
Yes.
first,
It's the best
definitely.
Spider-Man anything we've seen.
Definitely best performance and best
That is bold.
interpretation.
Because I
Yeah.
think it's best action because it lasts longer, and also he's dealing against like a myriad of like foes or just combatants with like different powers and things. So you see that thing of he
He doesn't
adjusts
know
on the
any of
fly
them.
and he uses his
Yeah,
webbing
that's the best part.
in
He's just
like,
thrown
weird
into it.
ways.
Yeah, not blue Jamie Foxx.
What?
Yeah, Jamie Foxx. Remember Amazing Spider-Man 2?
with Electro.
Just Electro.
I gotta
Oh,
say though,
blue Jamie Foxx.
the first 10 minutes of that movie, the Spider-Man sequence is great. When he's swinging through, getting
That's great.
the
vials.
The vials, yeah. That is some really good Spider-Man action. I don't know. I like all the CGI of the Spider-Man, but I think this interpretation, like Matt said, of Spider-Man is most related to the comic book.
Yeah.
He's that high school kid. We'll spoil more.
I was
later.
going to start quoting what he said, but then I realized I
Yeah.
shouldn't do that.
No.
we're
don't
getting
do that.
we're getting
Did
too
that.
close.
All right, so
I think we got to call it.
yeah, let me get the spoiler warning. I got a spoiler warning.
Yeah,
Is
courtesy
it
of
the
me.
thing from Kill Bill?
No, I picked it out. It's just a.
You hear that, guys?
Yep. That thing sounds.
That is the spoiler warning bell. It sounds very reminiscent of BSAP when the Rangers lose.
No, when the Rangers lose, I just I go into like, especially in the playoffs, I just go into rage. Like I just start scooping. When I
break your TV?
I'm not,
There's a
we're going
distinct
to
lack of broken glass.
we're going to move on from this.
All right, so you're being warned. Everyone who's listening, you're being warned. We are now talking spoilers. Spoil. We're talking about every little detail of
We're
this
that
movie.
guy with the big spoiler on the back of his car, which does nothing for him but draw your attention.
That's
Snape
right.
kills
He's
Dumbledore.
Rosebud is the sled.
Han Solo's dead.
Mr. Incredible kills Superman.
Okay,
Kylo Ren is Leia's son.
Pegno's gonna take the lead on this one.
Okay, so we start in 1991 with Bucky Barnes being the brainwashed Winter Soldier. Thoughts on that?
First, in the 1991, how did everybody feel about the letters?
I loved
It
that.
was nice.
Loved
That was
that.
cool.
Yeah.
That was
The
cool.
letters on the screen telling
Yeah.
you where everything was: Queens, Berlin,
I actually have a friend
Budapest.
who's excellent with geography, so we're like, "Where's Lagos?" And he's like, I don't remember where. I think it was in Nicaragua, right?
I didn't
Lagos
know. I didn't
is
know
in
it was a
Nigeria.
Yeah, it's
oh, that's
Nigeria. It's
one.
Nigeria.
It began with an N.
Wait,
so-
where is how is it Bucharest?
Bucharest.
Where is
That's
that?
in like Hungary, isn't it?
I'll look it
Oh
up.
wait,
I'm
I
not a
think it is.
geographer.
All of Eastern
I'm barely
Europe
even
is
a
the
doctor.
same.
Budapest?
Damn it,
Bu-
Jim.
no, not Budapest.
Okay.
That's what I thought it was at
Bucharest.
first.
That's where Bucky
Oh, yeah.
was.
Capital of Romania.
Romania. All right.
Oh.
I'm gonna get
Romania.
Mr. I hope Mr. Mahan doesn't listen to this. He's gonna yell at me for not knowing where Bucharest
Probably
is.
won't get into the HAP program.
But go ahead.
Fun fact, as it turns out, I looked this up later, Russians actually did try using brainwashing programs, and they would use nonsense words as their trigger words.
Are we surprised by this?
Homecoming. Fredgar.
Can we talk about for 1 second how Homecoming was a part of that?
Well, yeah. Let him get to the.
I'm not sure if
Yeah.
that
Oh,
was.
yeah.
coincident- I think it was
Apparently-
coincidental.
Really? Apparently,
think so.
I'm hearing that. Yeah.
All right,
It
we'll
was
get
a
to that. We'll
reference.
get to that. Okay.
Got a couple things with that.
Yeah, so he gets brainwashed, and then we know he kills the Starks, and he gets this new super soldier.
I didn't
serum,
know that
you
at the time. I didn't know it was the Starks.
I thought
didn't
it was.
either.
Wait, did anyone else get bothered that it was mini animation? You know, like mini models in the original thing. Did anyone else notice that it was like a
What?
toy car? It's like what they use in the Dark Knight. That bothered me.
Really?
I
Like,
didn't
I
even
could point
know
it
that.
I
out.
didn't even
I
notice.
was not paying attention.
Had you not, I
That's
would've
a
even
good
guessed
eye
it.
if you saw that.
I'm pretty sure I saw that, but you can tell in the Dark Knight when they use mini models.
I can't.
No.
What?
I'm just like, this is so cool. It's Batman.
Were you an old man? What was that?
Ring the bell.
Oh, come on.
It's a great defense mechanism. Okay, then after we see him do that, we're in Lagos, and then they face off against Brock Rumlow, Crossbones.
Which I'm
Thoughts?
glad he was in, like, just for the first, like, 10 minutes to resolve what happened at the end of Winter Soldier when he was being carried off. Because Crossbones is like maybe he looks cool, but he's just basically a guy in like commando armor with guns. The only thing he really had to fight Captain America was his punch harder gloves.
What I liked is he was
With
Captain
knives.
America ready.
With knives.
Like he like had the helmet, he had like the shockproof collar, he had the gauntlets, he had the foot gauntlets, he had grenades, guns, explosives. Like that was the first time that Captain America kind of struggled in a fight, which I really liked, but they killed him.
Once he got the hang of it, though,
Yeah.
he
He
just
became
took
Captain
over.
America and did Captain America things.
When he ripped off his little arm sleeve
Yeah.
thing,
I'm like,
punchy
okay,
thing.
this fight's gonna end sooner than I expected.
I can't believe they killed him though.
I stopped.
I'm not surprised.
Stop
He killed
killing
himself.
villains. Stop killing villains.
Villains
Marvel.
just do that. They just kind of chicken out and just kill themselves. It's really horrible.
Who is he getting the bioweapon for?
I don't know.
They never established that.
No.
Now it's
No,
gonna
they
bother
really
me.
don't.
May I
But-
say one thing
Sure.
about that opening sequence is Falcon stole the show, and it was beautiful. And
He almost stole the show.
he almost stole the opening sequence, and it was beautiful. Falcon was fantastic.
When Cap gets thrown by Scarlet Witch into the hotel.
Sweet.
That was
Oh
nice.
yeah, wait. How is
Yeah.
he in the building with the tear gas?
Well, he's a it doesn't
Captain
bother
America.
him as
I
much.
know he has a
And she was
superhuman
getting the
lung
gas out.
capacity, but
and
like
she's sucking the air out. She's sucking the gas out anyway.
And that was the fastball special, by the way.
they
what's
have
that?
names for
That
that.
was
I understand.
that was-
Wait,
okay.
that was
super-
similar to Colossus throwing.
I was gonna say
Wolverine.
superheroes name their power moves.
They
Like,
do. They do.
When he bounces his shield off 5 things and then hits somebody in the head with it.
my
Yeah.
god,
So good.
I love that.
Physics be damned. It's cool.
My favorite stunt of that is when obviously Falcon flies in and he like corkscrew kicks those two guys and then lands and it
Oh,
zooms in
while
on
they're
his
shooting
helmet.
on him?
Yeah, as then he folds his wings. And then can we also talk about the fact how he uses his wings as a shield? It's
good.
really cool.
I was just gonna say that they optimized his shields a lot better in this
Yeah.
one.
I guarantee he's getting a vibranium upgrade.
Yes.
Wakanda.
And we need missile systems on his drone.
Oh.
I mean, he has missiles in his backpack.
Yeah.
Well, the
so-
drone is dead. It exploded.
Yes, but he's definitely got more than
Also,
one.
drone's pretty
I
small.
wouldn't be so sure. I wonder who made that. Was it Tony Stark?
I wouldn't be
Yeah,
surprised if
definitely
it was Tony
Tony
Stark. He makes everything.
He's getting a lot of work.
He's Tony Stark.
Keeps him
Making
busy.
suits.
All right, so from Lagos,
Yeah, so then they have the incident where Scarlet Witch accidentally blows up the entire, what was it, a hospital?
It's a hotel.
No, it was
was a
like a
hotel.
hotel with
Yeah.
dignitaries in from another country, which,
Yeah, like
what a
that kid.
coincidence.
and she throws exploding crossbones basically into the hotel,
Whoops.
which then explodes like 5
That
floors.
must have been brutal, though. She, like, contained the explosion in his body.
yeah, around him.
yeah.
Scarlet Witch is extremely strong.
Yeah.
It's almost
Yeah.
unfair.
It's also quite careless.
But
She just meant to throw it up and out of people's way. She
She
didn't
put vision through a building.
Like the earth.
yeah.
down.
Well,
What are the odds that at like 10 o'clock at night, someone else is going to be in the Avengers headquarters and he's going to get heard someone going down, straight
what
down.
if a guy was in that path? What would have happened to him?
That's true too.
Yeah, Stanley Mailman.
Yeah, Dunzo finito, as Dima would put it.
How far did he go?
I don't know how big is that building.
Crust in the mantle?
I think it's not. Yeah, no, that seems about right.
Yeah, one thing I liked about this movie was that they kept the powers of the people more similar to the comics
comic book.
than
Yep.
in previous movies. They kind of power graded up.
Vision got
Everyone.
his intangibility and solidity.
Which could only be stopped by Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
I mean, even characters like Cap and Iron Man got more solid abilities.
You saw the gem in Vision turn red when she controlled him. So you know
That's
he
frightening.
lost because she was when he was holding Hawkeye in the headlock. She controlled the gem to let him slide through
Right.
Vision, which
Right.
I thought was pretty cool because she was controlling him.
That's
She's-
basically granting her like the power of someone else's Infinity
like she
Stone.
hacked into him.
She just does everything.
Right, Infinity hacking. That should be a comic series.
Right.
I also liked how they made like people like Hawkeye and Scarlet. Sorry, it's so confusing. Black Widow out of their element. Like they were getting pummeled, both of them, because they're going against Spider-Man and all these superpowered people. And Clint Barton just gets schooled by Black Panther.
All right, two things. One thing in the Lagos fight, Black Widow
Oh, the
Was
grenade.
awesome.
she was awesome. Then she fights Crossbones,
Yeah.
which was pretty evenly matched. She was getting her butt kicked. She kicks some butt.
Yeah.
And then she gets thrown into the Jeep
Right.
And then a grenade gets thrown into the Jeep.
And the
Right.
grenade was ticking, and it shouldn't have been, because grenades are
Don't take.
no grenades run off a chemical reaction and not a mechanical reaction. So not mechanical reaction, but a mechanical system. So grenades don't actually tick like that because it's a chemical reaction. Which
You know
sets
what
them
they
off.
do
Maybe
do
he had a
though?
mechanical grenade.
They
But it was
blow
an
things
M64
up.
frag, and M64 frags don't.
And she was absolutely unscathed.
Yes.
After being in a 4 feet by 4 foot box with a grenade.
Right, grenades.
It
have
blew
a
her out
really
of the
big
Jeep.
blast
and
radius too.
she didn't even have a mark on her
She was
clothes.
fine.
I'm
Like,
fairly
yeah,
s- I thought she used that guy as a
Yeah,
body
like
shield,
the
but that's
crazy-
that's,
that's
not
bigger
an
than you think.
excuse.
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be shrapnel.
Oh, definitely.
I don't know.
Oh yeah.
I thought she was at least going to get hurt. I was really
Yeah.
surprised.
Yeah.
Maybe a
she
broken
used
arm.
the guy as a shield.
Right. And then the other thing, when
Which at that close range, the shrapnel might go through the guy and still
He
hit
might
her.
be
right,
shrapnel.
his
Yeah.
bones might go through
Yeah,
her.
exactly.
It's getting disgusting.
But the other thing, when
Grenades.
when Hawkeye's setting up the electrical trap
Yeah.
for Vision,
He doesn't see it coming.
he does the weirdest arm motion. Did you guys see this? He pulls, he draws, he
this,
shoots
and then he,
thing,
like,
and then he does this twirly arm thing to
Oh,
the other side. And I'm
yeah.
like, why is he doing that?
no, but he has to.
Why?
Maybe
how you
it's
shoot a bow and arrow.
like
Like this?
Well,
Okay,
as the
first of
resident
all,
bow and arrow expert,
I don't know.
First of
Yeah,
all,
here comes
well,
the
he
archer
didn't-
himself,
I mean,
Demo.
Maybe it was like a
I mean,
activation thing, because like he didn't turn on the electrical trap. He just put the two arrows there, and then it just.
That is the only thing I will buy as that he had to do. That is the reason he had to do.
Or
that.
he was just
Also, he's a
Hawkeye and
guy
just
with a
felt
bow
like
and arrow.
doing things.
All right.
He
So-
wants people to pay attention to him. He's a guy with a bow and arrow. I mean,
So-
compared to like Iron Man,
His
it's not
goatee
much to
wasn't
look
as
at.
good.
when people do archery, they generally
I do archery, and I'm not doing that move.
Yeah, no one does that. A, but B, even when they have the form, it doesn't look like that. Their left arm is straight, and it's not in the way of the string. And there's something called an anchor point,
Yes.
which he just doesn't have. So he really shouldn't be able to hit
He's
anything.
that good.
He's Hawkeye, bro.
Yeah, bro. He shot 18 holes and shot an 18.
I don't even know how that works.
How does he even knock the arrow like that?
Right. But yeah, I thought that was a little weird.
Wait, how does that make him good at golf?
I
The
don't
lower
know.
you get, the
Yeah.
better.
yeah.
No, I mean no.
No, wait, but
18
he's
is the
saying
lowest you
there's
can
like
get.
No,
a
no, no.
different-
But
there's like
archery, how does that make you good at golf?
Oh no, he's
It
a
shouldn't.
marksman.
That's
He
why.
never misses.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
with
so
a bow and arrow.
No, with anything.
Yeah.
Really?
With anything.
Anything.
That was never established. In my
Well, in the
defense.
comics it is.
In the
Yeah.
comics, he can do anything
Yeah.
because
All he did
everyone
was
can
throw.
do anything.
All we've seen him do is arrows and darts, which are pretty much like
Just a little
physically
arrow.
designed the same thing.
Wait, didn't he miss that one time with Thor?
Did he?
Did he miss in Thor?
No,
I think
he shot Loki, and it would have gone through his head if he hadn't caught the arrow.
No. In
Once
Thor.
again, everyone
in
catches
Thor,
arrows.
In Thor, he didn't shoot. They
Oh, he
called him
didn't
down.
He didn't shoot. That's right.
They called him off in the blimp.
Call off the useless guy.
I think Hawkeye's shining moment is when he put Ant-Man on an arrow,
Yeah.
and then
Shot him.
yeah, but
Yeah.
The best was that Ant-Man didn't know who he was.
oh yeah.
Like he knew everyone else. He's like, "Let's go, Arrow guy."
I'm good to go, Arrow
But
guy.
then that ended up coming back to haunt him because when he was in the cell, and then Tony Stark walked by.
Who are you?
Who are you?
Oh yeah, let's get back on track here. Okay, so we had the disaster, and then Tony Stark had the conference at MIT. Thoughts?
It was a good thing
unnecessary.
that he did. No,
I agree with
That's
you.
like-
it was kind of unnecessary.
I feel like that might come back.
That should have been on the chopping block in the editing room.
No, they needed that scene to establish that he was close with his parents.
No,
and
I get
regrets
that, but I
that
just
he has
don't.
daddy issues like Batman.
I don't feel like this.
We saw how close he is to his parents.
They're also
though, when you
dead,
see how,
like Batman,
angry he
and he's
gets
a
when he
millionaire,
finds out Bucky killed
like
him.
Batman.
and that scene
Billionaire.
establishes that anger.
Yeah,
But
I
like,
understand.
this
Everything
movie
works
was
off itself.
this movie was driven off a lot by like emotion between what was it? What was his name? Charles Spencer. or
People
something?
driven by emotion.
Yeah.
God forbid.
No, the horror.
I just like
But
Star Wars.
We have to. I'm talking about another movie, and you
Press the bell. That
no,
was
it's not a burn.
that was burn. No,
Can I make a point in piece?
No.
Why would I think so? Yeah, but anyway, there's a lot of emotion. I think more in this movie driving the plot forward, and so I guess that makes sense to have that in there because then he meets that woman who what's her name?
Well,
Doesn't matter.
Look at
Who
it,
cares?
right or wrong. Like, I think this is a theme in the movie. Right or wrong, people are doing these things based entirely around emotion. Like, Captain America, frankly, doesn't care about the hero accord. He wants to do what he thinks is right, and then in the end, he does it to save Bucky, who is his friend. Black Widow is still friends with Captain and Hawkeye, but she just wants to get this over with so that they can go back to, their lives.
Right.
Iron Man's doing what he thinks is right. Vision is doing what he thinks is right. There's that thing between him and Wanda, which is very nice. And,
You can make a good argument.
I think
that-
everyone in this movie is, motivated by their feelings.
Yeah, I think you can make an argument that this is a very emotion movie, more so than any.
I agree that it was a little unnecessary, but I don't think anything unnecessary in this movie took away from the movie.
No,
I agree.
There were
not at all.
There were things in Batman, Superman that were unnecessary, and I was like, oh, can we just get to the fight, please?
Granny's peach tea.
Yeah, like the whole bathtub scene and the stuff that led
so
to
dumb.
that.
Who directed Batman vs Superman?
Zack Snyder. And like there was a reason that he gave the MIT speech, like Pegno said. So it did lead up to other things.
And it came back when he was going to Spider-Man's house.
Right.
He's like, I am here for the, what was it, September program?
Yeah,
There
the
you go.
grant.
Okay. So after this, then they have the Senate meeting.
I am the
There you go.
Senate.
Thank you, BSAP.
Yep.
I was hoping someone would say it.
Not yet.
Yeah. Then the Sokovia Accords come. I thought that was a pretty good inciting incident.
With Ross.
Yeah, I liked Ross back.
You know what I found interesting was, does everybody remember the Hulk movie?
I love the whole movie.
Yeah.
that
2003?
Yeah, that
think
General
it
Ross
was.
was in.
not
no, the Ed Norton one.
Oh,
2008.
okay.
2008.
Yeah.
The same Ross
Yeah.
character was with the same actor was in that movie. He was a General Ross.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had a lot of destruction.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
trying to catch
another
the Hulk.
Captain Hypocrite here.
You
Yeah.
know, and when he's showing all the destruction of Sokovia and
Like, why don't you show
Washington,
that scene of
DC?
you at the college?
Exactly.
Firing
Yeah.
missiles at
In
a
a
college.
Didn't he unleash another Hulk on the Hulk?
Yeah.
Oh,
He
yeah, no,
created
the
another
Abomination.
Right.
Right, because
And he's like-
that creates peace.
Abomination wasn't
They cancel
his
each other out.
specific
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah, it was.
He started the guy down the path, but then he went and sought out the ability to become
He still
like
started
a
it.
monster. He did start it though.
So yeah, I thought that was a little
It's his own
hypocritical
fault.
of General Ross or Secretary of State Ross, whatever he
Yeah,
is
they
now.
leveled Chicago.
Was it Chicago?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, that should have been on the list.
Yeah, he's like, if you're missing, what do you say? If I was missing 2 nuclear bombs,
Warheads.
warheads,
I'd have a lot of explaining to do.
You probably have a lot more.
Which
explaining to
American
do.
city is going to get leveled next by someone?
And wait, and was Martin Freeman his son or his? Because his name was Everett Ross.
Yeah.
Which one was Martin Freeman?
Martin Freeman was the guy who's like at the end. He's like, if you touch the glass, you get zapped.
Oh, that's his son.
Oh.
That's Everett Ross. I don't know if they're related at all. If
Huh.
it's just a coincidence.
They wouldn't choose the
that's
name.
That's Bilbo
if they-
Baggins, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And Watson.
I don't know names.
Lord of the Rings fan.
No, I don't know actors' names.
Says
I'm very
the
bad
Hobbit.
like
Yeah,
that.
same.
Yeah, you know what? Call me the Hobbit all you want.
Ally of Black Panther, Everett Ross.
Hobbit.
I encourage it.
Back to Isengard with you.
So from the meeting with the Secretary of what was he Secretary of Defense or State? What is he?
Secretary of State.
Secretary of State.
Could be defense.
it would probably be.
It's
Well, whatever.
State. It's state.
State,
Oh,
yeah.
the state? Okay.
This is when you start
How
to
do you
see.
get elected?
You
Right.
don't get elected to
You get a-
Secretary of State. You get appointed by the
Yeah.
president.
Who's isn't the president a supporter of Hydra in this world?
Yeah.
Remember at the end of Iron Man 2? Was that a
Like-
senator? I don't know. There's too
Maybe.
many
Could've been a
political
senator.
figures.
We got to go back and watch 13 movies.
I don't want to
Yeah.
go watch Iron Man 2.
So this basically sets off the whole split of the team, right?
Yeah, and then you
The,
get
the
death of-
embassy is bombed. Another hero, someone's motivated by their dead father to become a superhero.
Peggy dies.
Yeah.
Well, Peggy died.
And then we
because she
get
was
like
old.
a
she
really
died.
coincidental speech.
Yeah, I got really sad when Peggy died, to be honest.
I'm like, oh, it's unfortunate, but
I was eating Jolly Ranchers.
I was eating Oreos,
I had peanut
which I
cheese.
snuck into the movie theater.
Skittles.
That a boy.
Because I'm
Skittles.
a bad.
Yeah.
I'm
yeah,
bad.
no one's gonna spend $4 for a bag of like whatever it was. What was
Wait,
it?
Jolly Ranchers?
Jolly Ranchers.
I buy a bunch of Crunch at the theater a lot. I like those.
oh, those are
most
good.
annoying
Put those in
snack.
your popcorn.
I didn't buy anything at the movies. You
I
know
don't-
why?
Mama
Because
Sappho
you had to
might be-
pay
No, well,
for the ticket
that's-
yourself.
You might encounter an unknown allergy.
No, because I got a copy and I watched from the comfort of my own home, and it was very good
Because
quality.
Mama Sap didn't let you go to the theater.
No, it's
Brandon, you're not wasting $10.
Yeah, how you gonna buy your loot crate?
okay.
Can we somehow find
Mom,
a way
I
to
have
get
the
these Sap
funds.
arrested?
Wait, she doesn't talk like
I'm gonna
that.
make a T-shirt that says "Mom, I have the funds."
Do it.
I think I'm
Do
gonna.
it.
All right, back to our movie.
back
here.
Oh yeah, so T'Chaka dies. Bucky.
Whoa! We didn't get to T'Chaka yet. We got.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we
got
did.
T'Chaka.
Embassy,
we
the
skipped
bomb goes
whole,
off.
We skipped the whole. Wow, we're mad at each other now because we don't agree with the Accords.
No, the best was when
We never
Vision's
talked
like,
about
I have
that.
an equation.
This is before that.
Oh, by the way, I need a sweater Vision action
Well,
figure.
2.
Okay.
They actually
Okay.
the comic books have him in the sweater
In
all
the
the
60s
time.
and
Love
70s.
sweater Vision.
Sweater vision.
60s
Sweater
and 70s.
Vision.
What's sweater vision?
Business casual.
Vision wearing a sweater.
Oh, I thought it was like you make sweaters with your eyes. Like
It's not just
you
a
just
sweater. It's business
SpongeBob
casual.
did that.
Yeah.
SpongeBob made sweater with his eyebrows, or
tears.
So could you.
So the characters make it very clear who's gonna sign and who's not gonna sign.
Right.
You can see that Rhodes is very, very passionate about signing the Accords.
Right, and he's obviously gonna go with Stark because they're best friends. Same way Falcon is gonna go with Cap.
But
Well, that
like
could've
I
been
think
cool.
I think Rhodes and Stark have different reasons for signing. Like
Yeah.
Stark feels guilty about what happened, so
And
he wants to
And
sign.
Rhodes
Rhodes,
isn't-
Rhodes is ex-military.
And Rhodes
He's
is
an
like, I'm a
argument,
soldier.
yeah.
I do what I'm told.
Yes.
And I didn't get Scarlet the Black Widow. I did not get why she
Oh,
wanted.
she said
I don't get what
we have to
anything
stay
she does.
together, and if this is what we have to do to stay together, we'll do it.
that
Yeah.
seems too sweet for her to say.
I know. That's what I thought.
Yeah, but she has the flip flop at the
Well,
end. So it
she's
doesn't
like a
matter.
governmental agent. Like she's used to just playing the softer, sweeter one, and then so she
Government
can
agents
just
are not
turn
soft.
around and backstab.
That's true.
Yeah, she's like the big sister to all the Avengers.
So after that, that's when Steve Rogers finds out that Peggy Carter died in her sleep,
Yes.
and he goes to the funeral in London,
Mm-hmm.
where he now finds out for the first time that Sharon Carter is her niece.
Yes.
And
That's crazy.
actually, Sharon Carter gives a little eulogy for her aunt,
Which, like
Peggy.
I said, really coincidental eulogy because it's exactly what Captain America is thinking about right now.
Right. He did the little speech she gives is what Captain America says to Spider-Man.
It was all Zemo.
in the comics.
Yeah.
which is pretty cool.
Basically
And-
word for word.
And then we got the incident in the UN. So
Yeah, so then they, someone, a mysterious figure, it's suspected to be Bucky Barnes, bombs the UN, killing T'Chaka, killing a bunch of other people, right? Like 12 dead.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, so, and then T'Challa gets kind of pissed. So that's it.
T'Challa gets
All right.
pissed. Yeah, I thought he was great. We didn't talk about him at all.
Chadwick, yeah.
Yet. Chadwick Boseman.
Boseman.
He doesn't have that accent. I thought he did that accent.
He does not have
great.
that accent.
Yeah.
He did the African accent really, really
He's
well.
a great actor. He's in 42, Get On Up.
Right.
No?
40 and 42 he was. Yeah, he played James Brown in Get On Up.
Yeah.
So his father dies, and who gets blamed for that?
Bucky Barnes.
James Buchanan Barnes.
Wait, if I could, my Apple Watch tell me to stand up
Why?
because
Why are you
I
doing
have to
this?
hit my stand goal. So
I don't know.
What's your stand goal?
What's a stand goal?
I have to do 12 hours of standing a day.
12 hours.
It's not that bad. It's hard to explain. It's Apple's
There are
unique way.
so many ways I want to make fun of this right now, but I cannot decide on which one to choose.
How about we start off
I'm
with
just-
yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be
start off with
trotting
the
around
obvious
the-
one. You own an Apple Watch.
That's no problem with that. That's another story for another time. I'm just gonna be trotting around this studio.
Okay, you do that piece up.
I'm gonna say no. You're not gonna.
Oh,
be
come
trying.
on.
We
I
need
concur.
you.
Aw,
we need
I'm
you.
needed?
You're needed.
Good.
We need the
Don't
good
get cocky.
laugh.
You need a punching
Comic
bag.
relief.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Okay, so then there's a big. Oh yeah, the fight and the freeway chase. What was that? A freeway tunnel chase?
It was a ton
So-
of
It was a chase.
Yeah, I
So,
love
yes,
that
it was-
chase.
It was
So, like,
advertising for
awesome
Audi,
chase.
by the way.
Yeah. So
Well, it was in German. No, it was in Vienna.
Yes, but like
Aussie.
Marvel movies have a thing where they advertise a lot of companies and they get paid, a lot of money to do it. And like, look it up. There's lists of it. And this
So
Yeah,
does
Mountain
Michael
Dew.
Bay, but he doesn't
Yeah.
really like taste.
Yeah, but Michael Bay
Like-
just explodes every
like
time.
this movie, this movie was Audi's turn. Like for quite a few scenes when it was Cap driving, and it literally just zooms in on the logo. So,
By the way, since we're mentioning Audi, quick shout out to my friend David. It's pronounced Audi, not Audi. All right, just want to make that clear.
Wait,
David?
Yeah, David. He's like, oh, it's pronounced Audi. We're gonna go get an Audi. I'm like, you're not
No,
getting
it's
an
an
Audi.
Audi.
Thank
It's
you.
an Audi.
And he's like, oh, I say you could say it both ways.
Anyway,
Okay,
so
you can't say
the reason we have the tunnel chase is because it comes out that Bucky was the one who planted the bomb that blew up the UN.
Well,
Right.
we think he's the one.
Well, you think he's the one, right?
can we quickly
Which,
get to the motorcycle flip?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
so-
that's not how physics works.
So now the Accords
That's
are
pretty sweet.
signed. The Accords are signed, and Iron Man, Black Widow, War Machine or Rhodes, and Vision all sign the Accords.
Yes.
Right.
Steve Rogers decides, I'm gonna go find.
I'm gonna go
Bucky."
solo.
Right, I'm gonna go solo. Well, actually, he goes with Falcon,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and they go to Bucharest, which is in Romania,
Yes.
and they find they try to get to Bucky first. Bucky still doesn't know kind of what the deal is with Captain America yet.
Things are complicated.
Things are very complicated. He read about him
I
in the
like
museum.
Bucky, like just being Bucky.
Yeah, no,
he's
Bucky's
a cool
cool.
dude.
Which, fun fact, in that scene when Bucky is speaking Romanian, he is actually partially of Romanian descent, so he didn't have to learn any of
Yeah.
that because
Oh,
he's fluent.
wow.
When he's buying the figs or the
Yes,
plums or whatever
he's fluent
buying.
because
Oh, cool.
it's part of his heritage.
Oh,
so
nice.
it was just a little fun fact there.
So at this point, when Captain America is in his apartment with him and trying to explain to him, listen, you got to get the hell out of here. That's when the UN police are coming after him, and he basically jumps out of a building onto another building, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, he did the sweet roll.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then Black Panther kind of meets him on that other building, and he has no idea. And that's the first fight between Bucky and the Black
I
Panther.
just
Yeah.
love when
Which-
the claws came out.
Yeah.
That was
His design
epic.
was absolutely incredible.
It looked very muscular. the
Yeah,
suit.
it was like armor,
Yeah.
There's
which
one
is basically
point-
what it is.
There's one point where bullets just come flying at Black Panther,
like-
and he just stares them down as they bounce off of his suit.
Well,
It's
I
like,
have a
what is
question
that
about
thing?
Black Panther. I'm confused about what, like, he can run super fast. Like, he's outrunning cars.
He's like Steve Rogers and Bucky.
but
Yes.
is it the suit or is it him?
I think isn't
It's
it
a
an
mixture
amulet?
of both.
Isn't there an amulet?
I think they're camera.
There is an amulet, but I'm not sure if they're gonna do that whole like Wakandan African magic thing.
Well, if he gets his own movie, they might.
I
he
think
already
that's where
has his
they'll
own
explain
movie.
it.
It's confirmed.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
I mean,
but
he's
when
getting
it
his
comes
own
out, we'll know more.
Yeah, the claws are cool.
I mean, they're gonna do Doctor Strange, and that's gonna be magic and stuff. So, like,
Oh yeah,
I welcome it.
I have a theory about what's going on later, but that has to do with the end credit scene. We're not there yet.
right?
Okay.
Okay, so then they split up. They go to jail, right? And then there's the Zemo prison break. Oh yeah, why don't we just talk about Zemo?
Okay.
He is atrocious.
Okay, I liked.
He would
I
be
liked
dead
Zemo a lot.
if Black Panther didn't,
Yeah,
intervene.
that's one of my main dislikes. of
Okay,
him.
the reason I like Zemo.
The only Marvel villain that actually kind of won.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
really
that's
like
true.
Zemo because he accepted his limitations.
and then tried to
He
kill
wasn't
himself.
like, oh, I'm gonna trap them and I'm gonna beat Captain America hand to hand. He's like, no, I'm gonna make. I can't do it. He said, what did he say? Stronger men than me have failed.
Yeah.
That was like.
That's a good line.
That's
See,
a good
this is
line.
why I didn't like Zemo. Anyone could have done what Zemo did.
pretty
But
much.
no one else did.
Right, but
Which makes
but you
him
know what I'm
special
saying,
in a
though?
way.
Yeah,
When
no, I
say
get
that,
what you're saying.
Any guy could have thought this plan up and done it. You didn't need Baron Zemo's name to pull that off.
Yeah, I would prefer to see him in the velour mask raising an army of new neo Nazis. That would be fun. I'd pay to see that movie.
Okay. With Zemo, he said he was a Black Ops agent or something agent?
yeah.
Okay. And he says something like, I have patience and skill, and with those two things, you can accomplish anything.
Mission report, December 16th, 1991.
He looks like.
good.
Did it bother anyone that he looks like
Excellent.
Tobey Maguire?
Yeah, absolutely looks like Tobey Maguire.
Looks exactly
Yeah.
like Tobey Maguire.
Mission report, December 16th. That's all he said like 12 times.
Mission report.
His only line.
Nah,
So was he associated with Hydra? No, not at all, right?
I thought he was. didn't he?
Yeah.
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 He kills-
They said he was a Hydra soldier.
Yes.
Oh, he was a
Yeah.
He was okay.
Yeah.
But like he wasn't like.
And they connected it to the Avengers because he says
Yes.
Black Widow released all the stuff over the
Oh,
internet,
yep.
and I had to. It took me a while, but I had to decrypt it. That's when he said I have the patience.
Yeah.
I thought that was cool that they
patience.
connected the movies together like that. That was pretty neat.
It's basically an Avengers movie.
I would have rather them started off in Sokovia, when that whole thing's going on and see it from Zemo's point of view, kind of like the beginning of
Like Batman, Superman?
Like him going around and finding his dead family.
Yeah.
I think that would have given him a little more.
Yeah, because that's all it was. It was a guy who lost his wife.
And he
kid.
tried to kill himself at the end. Let's not forget.
Right,
yeah,
he did.
That is the coward's way out. I've said this before.
And Black Panther had the coolest line when he said, "The living are not done with you yet."
Yes.
That was cool.
The living are not done with you.
Also, the way he disarmed him.
He just he choked him to
Didn't he cover the gun with
Yeah,
his hand?
he covered it and then he choked him into unconsciousness.
What I thought was
I
cool-
assume.
Did you notice his feet there? How they're like panther feet?
Yes.
I thought that was pretty cool.
I want everyone to know what just happened. We have these little whiteboards that we write notes to each other on because we don't want to have you hear us hear what we're
Logistical
saying
stuff,
to people.
yeah.
You know, like the little things like, wrap this up or move on to the next thing, whatever. BSAP just rose his whiteboard up and it said, what did it say?
I have to
go to the bathroom.
Capital H.
What I'm gonna do is I'm going to go on Pegno's scooter.
Oh, okay, go. Just go.
Yeah, we're
Just
gonna
go. Just go. All right, keep it moving, Pegno.
Oh, okay. Now that we're without the child, we'll move on.
He's gotta
Remember
go
to
potty.
look both ways.
Wait for the light.
Sweetie, we love you.
Okay. Yes. So you just want to go to the airport fight? Because that's the next big thing.
Sure, yeah, airport fight.
Go.
Go.
You have to pee tinkle. Do it.
Why don't you just walk like a normal human being?
As he trips.
All right. We forgot to talk about the introduction of Spider-Man.
Oh, that's right.
I loved that introduction.
So good.
I got someone. Where is he?
Queens. Bum, bum, and then like the funk music starts.
Yeah.
It was
It was
great.
great. It was really good.
But he lives in an apartment building in this movie. He
Yeah.
doesn't live
But
in an
if you-
apartment building
I studied
normally.
this room. he has a window, which is
Yeah.
all he needs. Because that's where he comes in on the side and
Okay.
opens the door.
That's good.
And he's got a lock on his door, so it makes sense.
What gets you out of that twin bed every morning?
Yeah.
My
That was
friend
good.
has
have
a
to-
twin bed, and when he said that line, he shouted,
twin
"To reach in the theater."
You know when Tony he's walking around the room and just takes the stick, just pokes the
Mm-hmm.
the whole just suit drops out.
Do you think they use Tony's hologram camera phone too much?
I think it's kind of
No.
snazzy.
You
I think
think
it kind of adds like
It's
a
cool.
cockiness to his character.
It's very
like, I can
cool.
do this and you can't.
I'm a multi-billionaire.
I liked his Iron Man hand watch. thing.
Yes, that was
Wait,
sick.
what was up with them using sonic technology? Because
I
he
think
used that
maybe
twice.
he was trying to make like non-lethal like alternatives.
Oh, yeah,
And
because
maybe-
Like if
he-
you notice, he uses his repulsor blasts on Captain America at the end, and
Until he
like
blows Bucky's arm off.
normally they would like
with
blow
the
things up.
Omni-Beam.
Oh my god.
Wait, so Captain America's stuff can go through? I mean, Iron Man's stuff can go through vibranium now. Is that?
It didn't go through his arm.
It
blew it off.
blew it off.
It blew because he was holding on to the reactor.
Also, that's not his arm
it's
isn't
not
vibranium.
Oh,
it's not?
It's just
No,
like
it's not.
a metal arm.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
I thought it was vibranium. They should
No.
probably get that upgraded.
yeah, he will now because he's in Wakanda. If they can wipe his brain.
Point out I've returned.
He's actually
Yes,
Frozen.
BSAP is back.
All right, so
We
thoughts
did
on
not
new Spider-Man, Aunt May?
Yeah,
They're growing him young now.
Wait, what are we? Ant-Man?
I
Did you
don't-
say Ant-Man?
Aunt May.
Aunt May.
Oh.
Aunt May.
Yeah, I don't have an opinion yet because I haven't seen too much of it, but I love Marissa Tomei. She's great in everything.
Yeah, she picks age-appropriate roles,
Yeah.
as my mom says.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just used to an Aunt May that's like the age of my grandma. So it's a little weird seeing like a 55, 60-year-old. How old is Marissa Tomei? Look that up.
She's
Question.
52 is my guess.
52.
I
That's
have
a
to
lot. That might
admit,
be a little
53.
young.
like the first 2 minutes, and
That's
you
my
hear
guess.
him talking, I'm like, oh my god, this kid is annoying. But as it goes on, A, you get used to it, and B, he's the right amount of annoying for being Spider-Man.
Yes.
Right.
I want to say something, and I think that Spider-Man in this is me. Oh, hold on. Star Wars overrated. We'll get into that
I'm
later.
sorry, I want to
But,
instigate a fight.
We'll get one. He's just like me. I mean, the fight. The thing about it, he's a.
Jeez, I don't
He's
want to
a-
see Spider-Man anymore.
I
Hit
know.
the bell. Hit the bell.
No,
Hit it again.
Hear me
Hit
out.
again.
Are you comparing yourself to Spider-Man?
Look, before he left, he's like, "But I have homework to do."
He's the most agile person on Earth.
You just took
The
a
only,
scooter
I'm not
to the
saying-
bathroom.
The only thing you two have in common is that neither one of you have a driver's license.
And you're in high school
Yeah,
in
that's
New
it.
York somewhere.
I don't mean agility wise.
You're not
Agility, I
quippy.
can't do what he does. But I'm saying, like personality wise,
You're not quippy.
like he can't leave because he has homework to do.
No, you're not.
He,
Well, okay.
He talks all the time, even
In
during
BSAP's
like a
defense,
fight.
one of the one of the points of Spider-Man is to be relatable to teenagers. So I guess
Like him.
Yeah.
BSAP is just fulfilling what
well, like
his
he
role
said,
is,
like
you know?
I couldn't play football last week, and now I can play football. Doesn't mean I should play football.
I mean,
B-Stap's still waiting to be bitten by that radioactive spider.
well,
Bringing that up, good segue. He was about to tell Tony how it happened, and
Yeah.
Tony cut him off. You
He
were
said it
about
was-
to get an
It
origin
said
story.
it was a long story.
He says, you know,
I would have rather we gotten the
He
origin
did
here,
mention he
actually.
was Spider-Man for 6 months, though.
right, but he said, you know, he was about to say I got bit by, and then Tony's like, can you even see out of these goggles? And then it totally like ended the whole
So that
origin story.
leads me to
Yeah.
believe that maybe he got it at Stark.
He got
Stark
what at
Industry. He got bitten by the spider at Stark. Maybe they're doing some bio research.
Oh, maybe.
Because maybe he just doesn't want to tell him that he's got this spider in his lab that can turn people into people who catch cars.
You don't think
Here's
they're
another
gonna,
question.
They're not going to go
overthinking it.
Oscorp?
That's what this is
How
about.
did Iron
Yeah,
Man?
really.
How did Tony find out that he was Spider-Man? What, like, if you're saying that
Yeah, there's
possibly
speculation about
Stark
that.
Industries
But didn't
is doing
he s-
bio stuff?
Didn't
I don't
he
know.
see those videos on YouTube?
Yeah, but you can't
Yeah.
tell that it's him.
Yeah,
Tony
but,
Stark.
but Tony
But he's
has,
Tony Stark.
He's Tony Stark.
He could use a satellite network to track him back to his house.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
yeah.
probably could have just followed
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
Followed him back to that
Then
window.
why couldn't Tony use that same technology to find out that that was just a mask of Bucky's face on another guy?
I don't know.
Because they were in a parking lot.
Because it's a comic book movie, and who cares?
Who cares?
But yeah, the bedroom scene. Well, I don't want to say the bedroom scene. Jeez, that sounds weird. But
Don't
the scene where he's in
He beat me
Spider-Man's
by
house
1
is really
second.
cool.
Yeah.
They come to Germany. I can't. I got homework.
Do you notice that he had? I forget what they're called, but you know those like dogs that are like the little speakers.
The woofers.
Yeah, woofers. He had one of those on his
Really?
desk.
That's a thing.
I mean, they have the bigger ones, and for some reason they're called subwoofers, which sub means smaller. Those things are
No.
huge.
Sub mean it's probably because it's a base.
Maybe.
Yeah. But then they go to Germany for the big fight,
Right.
and they're in Germany.
Captain
at-
America,
in an
Falcon,
airport.
In that getaway
and
car.
In that, it's a sweet little getaway car.
And this is where we get introduced to Ant-Man. So Stark's team
Is-
recruited
wait,
theirs.
is anyone going to talk about the fact that Captain America kissed the niece of his crush?
My favorite scene
That
is
w-
when they pan back to the car and
Yes.
And Falcon is
Giving him
fucking-
the look like.
But even before that, can you move your
No,
seat? Can
no,
you,
this
can you
one,
move
this
your
is what he
seat?
had.
No.
He had one of these on his.
What was it?
It was one of these dogs.
Yeah.
He had one of those. I like how he was a dumpster diver though.
Yeah, how he had that old computer.
If he has all that old technology, where did he get the supplies to make like his webbing?
I know.
I
Yeah.
feel like he spent his budget on that, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, no, I get that.
funds.
His funds.
His funds, right?
Then
He decided not to get a loot
opted out
crate.
on the loot crate.
Come on, let's call it what it is. It's an allowance.
It's true.
Yeah.
So this is when we get introduced to Ant-Man, who I love Paul Rudd in
Oh
this.
my,
movie.
he's
yeah.
awesome.
He's so
He is
good.
awesome.
If we want to talk about good acting, I think we have to bring up Robert Downey Jr. because I thought this was one of his greatest
Yeah,
movies
definitely.
as well.
Yeah.
Thanks for thanking of me.
Yeah, thanks for thinking of me. Wow, you're Captain America. I know you too. You're great. He looks at Scarlet Witch. Is like, I know you. You're
Even though
great.
she just blew up a hospital or whatever it was.
Yeah, she's still great.
And then
Still
later
great.
on, who are you?
Right, yeah. So then the big fight ensues because Captain and Bucky are trying to get to the Quinjet.
They're trying to escape the country.
They're trying to get to Siberia because that's where Zemo is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because they found out that Zemo's the bad guy, and that Zemo killed the real doctor that was supposed to be.
Yeah.
Yes.
Who was
Interviewing
played by
Bucky.
the director, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's the director dead in that bathtub.
Oh,
go.
wow.
There you go.
Was that Anthony or Joel Russo?
Don't
I
know.
think it was Anthony.
Dun
Russo.
dun dun.
So
dun, dun, dun,
they're
dun,
trying to get
dun.
into the Quinjet, and they're stopped by War Machine
And Iron Man. And Spider-Man.
And everyone.
And
Well, at first,
Wanda.
first it's just Cap surrounded by all of them,
Yeah.
and he puts up a little bit of a argument, and that's when you get under ruse,
Oh, yeah.
and Spider-Man swoops in, and we finally see him in action.
And then the one-liners begin.
I,
so
Quips.
amazing.
I love when
Everything.
Spider-Man gets the shield.
I really could have stuck the landing a little better because I'm not used to the
Okay.
suit. Mr. Stark, I love the suit. It's just not the suit. Yeah,
Okay.
it's great how he's fumbling
what
over
bothered
himself.
me was the Tony Stark floating head. Did anyone else notice that? How bad that CGI looked?
What?
Oh, when he's talking and the
Yeah.
I don't like that. I don't like that. Every time Tony had to speak, his helmet came off.
It's in the contract.
I know
Yeah.
you told
Everyone
me that,
gets a
but
limited amount of face time.
No, look at this.
I mean, like the only line that I can remember that his mask was on him was when he's like, "Plan A was to take it easy on him. You want to switch it up?" because the helmet was
Yeah,
still
yeah,
there
yeah.
on him. But
I love when Ant-Man goes into Iron Man's suit.
yeah.
And like they
your
just
conscience.
it's
It's your conscience.
no, it's a fire and all.
Oh yeah,
the
fire
suppression
suppression system.
Love that.
I wrote
no.
down.
This is your conscience. We don't talk a
We
lot.
haven't talked much lately. I wrote down all the fights that happened in the order they happened in the airport. So the first fight you get is Spider-Man versus Bucky and Falcon.
Oh, when he catches the arm, because the whole movie, Bucky's just using that arm and breaking through walls, doors, everything, and then Spider-Man just lifts his hand up and catches it so nonchalantly, and he's like, "Yo, dude, you have a metal arm? That's awesome!"
That was I love that line. You have a metal arm? Yeah, that's awesome.
Like brings out the inner fanboy in all of us.
Oh,
like
so
if we were
great.
So
fighting
great.
any of these people.
And then he's chasing him through like I guess what would be like the terminal,
Yes.
right, of the airport.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a terminal where you would wait for a flight or something. And Falcon comes and grabs him, and as he's flying with him, he's trying to like fight him off, and he's like,
You have the right to
"You're
remain silent."
And he's just because he's in over his head,
Yeah.
and he knows he's in over his
Cap
head.
puts it perfectly. There's a lot of stuff going on right now that you don't know or you don't understand,
Right.
and it really explains it perfectly.
Stark told me you'd say that.
Yeah, Stark told me.
What else did he tell you?
Oh, so go back to the Bucky Falcon Spidey fight. He did so much talking to them, and it ends up pissing off Falcon a little bit.
Yeah, it was getting to him.
Yeah.
Which I think is going to play a big part in the next movie.
Absolutely.
I think the 60-year-old Vulture is not going to like Spider-Man talking to him.
Because at one point he was like, I don't know if you've ever been in a fight before, but there's usually not this much talking.
No, I love that.
That was
That's like my favorite
Sorry.
line.
He goes,
I'm
oh,
sorry.
my bad. And I liked how he started talking about all the technology that
Is that
they
carbon fiber?
Yeah, those wings carbon fiber. This shield doesn't obey physics at all. It was just so good. And then after that, we had Cap versus Spidey.
I love that's my favorite of all
was
this.
good.
No,
Where are you
it's-
from?
It's like seeing me and my dad's favorite superheroes duke it out, and his won, which
Yeah.
I was not super happy about, but symbolically.
But
But
this
that
is-
was a good-looking
This
fight.
is the first time Spider-Man's fighting a superhero
It
Fighting
really
someone
is.
that isn't
that's
a
expertly
Power Ranger.
trained in
Right.
hand-to-hand
No, my
combat.
fa- my
It's like on
one of
it's-
the Avengers.
It's more
Yeah.
level.
My favorite part about like when it all ended. I think Captain America's like walking away, and he's like, "Where are you from?" And Spider-Man's like, "Brooklyn." He's like, "Oh, Queens," and then he just runs away.
Yeah, there was
he's from Queens.
Yeah.
Oh, other way around. My bad.
Hit the bell.
Hit the bell.
There we go.
Yeah, there's like it's a tunnel that leads from like the terminal to the plane.
Yep.
And Captain America hits
Drops
it with
that
its
on
shield
him.
and basically
Yeah.
drops it on Spider-Man, who catches it
Yeah.
like it's not a big deal. And he's like, yeah, you got heart, kid. Where you from?
Queens.
Queens. And in the comics, I don't think Captain America's from Brooklyn, actually. I think he's from Manhattan in
Look
the
it up.
comic books. I think Mr. Dormer told me that once.
He would know.
Is this
He would
canon now?
I guess.
Dude,
I
the
don't know.
universe has changes so frequently.
That's the only thing. There's
canon
just
doesn't exist
You don't
anymore.
know what's real and what isn't anymore.
I hate the
mean,
whole canon thing.
It's like the
anyway.
well,
Matrix.
get
Having an
used to it, Mr.
You're having an
Right.
existential
Or
crisis
Inception.
about Civil War.
I think canon is a very important part of having a good franchise.
You like
That's
you're
why.
right.
That's why I like Star Wars a lot because
Okay.
it has really solid canon.
Can we talk about one of the most exciting things that happens in that fight at the airport?
With Cap and Spidey?
No.
Well, the next
beyond
fight.
that,
The
after
next
that-
fight is Ant-Man and Iron
Yeah,
Man.
when Ant-Man fly, but beyond that, after Ant-Man flies into Iron Man's suit,
Right.
after
He gets
Hawkeye
shot and-
shoots him on an arrow, and
Which is
disables
reminiscent
him.
of the
Ant-Man
comic
goes
books.
through the fingers.
Yes.
Oh my god.
He leaps off the exploding arrow through Tony's fingers and then into his suit and starts pulling apart the
Stuff.
wires. And Friday, who is his new computer system,
Right.
is like, we have systems offline. And he's looking at his glove like, what the hell's going on?
Systems offline.
And then he goes inside and it's just Ant-Man just ripping apart stuff. He's like, oh, sorry, you're going to have to fix that.
Take that to the shop.
And then he pulls the wrong tube out and it ends
Fire
up being the
suppression
fire suppression system, which is pretty cool.
Which in itself, he's got a fire suppression system within a suit. Come
right.
on.
That's
Yeah.
pretty
He
awesome.
was Ant-Man ready.
Yeah.
Giant Man.
Then Giant Man.
Giant Man.
And then the Star Wars reference, which was perfect.
Then that's when I'm like, okay, this guy's definitely me. He's like, yeah, you guys ever see the movie Empire Strikes Back?
That really old movie.
And then
Yeah,
Falcon's like,
and-
how old is this guy?
And Tony's
I
like,
didn't call
wait a
him,
minute, this
baby.
kid's onto something. He's like, you remember when they were tied around the giant walkie things?
on the snow planet.
Yeah, I love that.
It was so good.
I'm surprised no one had a problem with this, that they recruited a 16 to 18-year-old kid to fight against.
A 16 to 18-year-old kid
He
who
was
was
16.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right,
but
really-
still.
He caught
I'm
a
surprised
terminal.
General Ross didn't have any comments on this.
He
Like,
didn't know.
General Ross,
recruited
I don't think
a
he knew.
minor. It's like, no, I didn't recruit him. I told him that if he doesn't help us, I'll tell on his hand. So you blackmailed him. Blackmail seems like the appropriate word for what I did, yes.
Yeah, Giant Man was pretty good. He was like, I got one more trick up my sleeve, but I might tear myself in half. And-
Tear himself in
I-
half.
I think no one picked up on this. I think that's a reference to Goliath.
Okay.
Is it
Is
really?
it?
Remember in spoilers for the Civil War comic, Goliath gets a giant laser beam thrown through his chest by Ragnarok.
Oh.
So maybe
Interessante.
that's a reference.
And then he goes giant, and I thought they did that seamlessly. It
No,
was-
that looked great.
It looked
It worked.
awesome.
Am I the only
Nice.
one who wants to see a Giant Man versus Hulkbuster fight, like in the future?
I just
Or-
don't think that's. I just
Like
the
a-
Hulkbuster would kill him.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't
Because
think
it
that
can move better than him.
Cool.
Can it?
Yeah,
He's still a
he moves
person.
so slow, Giant
Yeah.
Man.
He does.
He moved very slow.
Okay, well,
he's not
he-
moving
He's not
slowly.
moving slowly. That's
It's
just
just
how
his
your eyes.
perspective.
Right. That's
Yeah.
how your eyes perceive things. Like think of like a cruise ship or an airplane.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like it's moving quickly, but it is.
Well, the
It's
cruise
just
ships
so
move
big.
at like 27 knots, which isn't. I'm sorry.
Think
For
about
all
it like
you
this.
No, up close. That's fast.
For all you non-nautical aficionados, it's like 28 miles an hour.
Think about it like this: if you throw a jab and you have to cover 2 feet of distance, let's say if you can pull that off in like 0.4 seconds, that's one thing. But if you're a 200-foot tall person, then
Ant.
then that becomes like a 40-foot jab.
Right.
I liked when it
That's
threw the
insane.
gasoline truck.
Oh my god, I thought that was a water truck. I am so sorry.
I thought that kind of came out of nowhere. If you watch that again,
Yeah.
there really wasn't a need for that little
It was-
scene.
I
It
was
fun.
hilarious.
I love when he
Good.
rips off the wing of the airplane and just starts
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
going over
that
like a
was
tennis racket.
Because
with
at that point,
Airplanes are expensive.
Captain America,
yeah.
Captain America's fighting the Black Panther and Rhodes.
Mm-hmm.
And Rhodes is flying at Captain America, and Captain America spin kicks him out of the air, which was one of the coolest things
awesome.
in the thing. He had everything under control, I think, and that's when Ant-Man came over. He's like, "Hey, throw this at this now!" And I was like, "Did we need that at that point? He's got
loved
this
it.
under control." He just
Yeah.
kicked him out of the air.
You want to
But-
end the fight as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
Throw
Yeah, they were on a
throw
time.
a
They were on a
truck at
time
him.
frame there.
Throw the
Right.
Senate at them.
Yes.
The whole Senate.
That was great. I
facial
hope the-
expression.
he
I hope
has
the
the
camera
face.
died.
No, I think the
perfect,
camera
too.
died.
died.
The face though. Look, do the face.
Oh, the
Can you take a picture of
underlip.
the face?
Yeah.
Someone get a picture of that.
I'll
I'll
take a
put
video, I'll take
throw
a
it on the
video.
website.
All right, say a couple of
Say I am
key
the Senate.
Senate
Say I am the
things.
Senate.
I am the Senate.
Did you get it?
Yep.
All right, good.
Let's do the wait, one more. Let's do the no.
No.
Oh, come on.
No.
All right, back to the fights.
No.
He said no. I mean that counts.
That pretty much ends the fights of the airport because at that point, Falcon says to Cap, "Listen,
Get out of here.
Let-
you got to
yeah.
go, and we'll stay back and get your back."
And then Black
but-
Widow did it. Ugh.
No, I thought that first of all, I like that they didn't play into the whole trope that I'm not going to leave. I'm going to stay here with my friends and fight. Cap was like, "Yeah, you guys are right. I'm out of here. I'm going to take Bucky
I gotta
and
go."
You know, I'll
It's
take
an-
care."
It's an important thing.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
then I don't really like what Black Widow did. I thought it
Why?
was
She just, you mean shooting like several shock darts
no,
at...
but like how she like switched sides. I was like,
No, I mean I feel
eh.
like
I don't think she was ever really on Stark's side.
I don't think she was ever on a
She-
side.
And then she went to Peggy's funeral.
Right.
I don't
Only
think
for Cap.
I don't know. I don't think she's on a side. I think she's gonna remain like the neutral party in this.
She just because remember I think it was her who said that she wants to keep everyone together.
Yeah.
But you know what it is? Captain America doesn't have an agenda. Captain America doesn't. He does things for the right reasons,
Right. He wants
and
the
she
Avengers
knows
to be
that.
reactionary. If something
Right.
goes wrong, we're the Avengers. We'll fix it.
Right, and she understands that. And I think she knows he's right. So they go to Siberia.
Yep. And then they have the the final showdown with Zemo, when I think he's going to unleash the assassins.
Well, the whole reason they go there, right, is because they're under the impression that Zemo is going to activate 6 other Winter Soldiers.
Yes.
Which would be bad.
Right?
That'd be very bad.
Now, those 6 other Winter Soldiers were created when Bucky kills the Starks and steals the serum out of the Starks' car.
Yes.
Which, if you notice, that was blue serum. The same blue
yeah.
serum that made Captain America Captain
Yeah.
America.
Yep.
Right?
This would have been very bad.
Because these were
Well, they
Captain-
actually show
well,
a clip of the 6 of them tearing through
yeah.
a prison. Yeah.
I thought that scene was the whole 6 Winter Soldiers plot line was
Yeah.
a bit
It's a bit much.
nowhere.
But it was great that they didn't follow through with it.
Really?
Because you think that they're going there, they're going to fight 6 Winter Soldiers, right? That's what everyone's thinking
That
at
sounded
that point.
stupid to me.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
Them fighting six.
Realistically,
You're telling me
I
that
think
wouldn't
they
have been
would've
cool
lost,
if
too.
that was
Yeah.
his plan?
Yeah.
Lead them there,
They wouldn't
kill
need-
the
they
Avengers
wouldn't
with
need
6
the
Winter
They would've needed
Soldiers.
the Avengers.
Iron Man, Captain America, and Bucky seem overpowered, and then the rest of the people bust in through the front door and help out.
But
Because
everyone
setting
else-
aside
but-
their differences.
But everyone else was
to
arrested.
avenge
No
shit.
one else would have even known.
Like, I'm just saying, I feel like
I thought that would have been too much
Going
punchy,
after.
too much hand-to-hand combat. Because then you still would have had to have the fight between Cap and
Too
Iron
much
Man.
hand-
Speaking of hand-to-hand combat, in this movie they changed the general angles of the fight scene from like a 3/4 perspective, which is where you get kind of like from their thigh to their head, and you see basically everything that they're doing, to a much more up close and personal thing.
Right.
Which, I mean, I like to see the full screen because I like all the little technicalities of the fighting, but this is intense, and I think that's why they went with it. So I don't really prefer one or the other, but that's
Right.
just a
Now, I'm not
observation.
saying it wouldn't have been cool to have 6 Winter Soldiers. I'm saying that it was cool that they threw you a curveball,
Yeah.
right?
There was a twist.
Because everyone's
Sure.
thinking, oh, they're going to go there, they're going to have to fight 6 Winter Soldiers. And then they get there and
They-
they're all dead.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know what? Thank you for not
Like murdered.
feeding into that typical thing that every movie
'Cause
would have done.
Yeah, it would have been bad.
Yeah.
Like there was an entire movie devoted to fighting one Winter Soldier.
Right.
They would have
Baron Zemo.
needed the Avengers to take down 6 of them.
Right.
He's like, you think I wanted more of you? I'm like,
Yeah.
oof.
So now, what I'm wondering is, do you think Zemo stole some of their Winter Soldieriness?
He would have used it, maybe.
This is in my notes here.
Okay.
Where's that Russian book? That book with the star on
Oh,
it?
yeah.
Because that could be used later. If someone gets that, they can reset Bucky.
Right. Well, that's what Wakanda's trying to get out of him, right?
Yeah.
So they can't do that anymore.
Here's a question. How does he still have a tape from 1991 with audio right there next to the car that
worry about
shows Winter Soldier killing the Starks?
He's got the
It's a movie.
experience and skill.
It's been
and whatever.
like over 2 decades.
It's a movie.
and
It is.
it's Siberia.
What I was thinking too.
Why
like-
does the base have a VHS player in the first place? What movies
it's
were
from
they
90
watching while they were torturing people? Like Russian.
Russian
That's true, I never
propaganda
thought
tapes.
What VHS tapes were
Maybe he
around in the
brought it.
1990s?
And if that place was abandoned, why did they leave this Winter Soldier people there? Why are they still sitting there in cryogenic, sleep?
Cryo freeze.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't imagine.
No,
how
the
much
USSR
power
went out,
I can't
so I
imagine
guess-
what their power bill
Yeah,
must be.
Pegno. The USSR collapsed,
Right.
Yes. So
which
maybe
kind of
there's-
left them just hanging there because there was no one to use them with.
Yeah,
for
but weren't
I
they,
figured,
weren't they
like-
Hydra?
No.
I thought that was Hydra.
No.
But ultimately, you see, it's
Yeah,
like,
because the guy
Oh,
who
they
was
were
Hydra.
Hydra.
They were Hydra.
yeah.
What is
Yeah.
going on? This movie is full of plot holes.
Nah, they're not big plot holes.
Nah.
But who cares?
But they are plot holes.
So
Not
this is
really. I
when
don't think so.
now we see Zemo give up what he's doing,
Right.
reveal
When
his plan, right?
He wants them gone because his
Right.
family is dead.
Right, and it's easy. It'll
And
be
that's
easier
it.
for them to kill each other than
For
if he
him-
tries to kill them. So he
He probably could have
shows.
snuck in and just shot him.
And then
Nah, they wouldn't
Iron
notice
Man.
So that's when they show the Bucky footage.
Yeah.
Of Bucky, pretty brutally.
And Tony Stark's reaction to that was well done. Like
That-
he was, like Iron Man was shook.
He was
That's the
angry.
only
He
way to
was
describe it.
he was upset.
My guy was
he
shook.
really killed his dad.
Yeah.
Like he hit him in the nose as hard as he could with his metal arm.
Dad got smacked.
Oh man! And,
And
then
then
the poor mom, he
slammed
just
into
choked
the
out the
car.
mom. And the mother theme came up again, right? He killed my mom. Okay, just like Batman, Superman.
Maria.
That
Was
was
it Maria?
so bad how that
Martha.
entire movie was based off of name confusion. Oh my goodness.
Would he have been in that much of a rage
Yeah.
Who? Batman? Who were we
Iron
talking
Man?
Tony Stark.
Oh, no, definitely.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
Stark
'Cause
is
maybe.
I like when he turned the cap and he's like, "You knew, didn't
Yeah,
you?"
that's what threw him over the edge. If he didn't know, I don't think it would have happened, but
Yeah.
he knew.
He knew, like, not because Bucky told him. He knew because he knew that Hydra's done some shady, like,
Operations.
dealings in order to keep people quiet.
And that's when we get the Captain America, Bucky, Iron Man
Which
throw
was
down of the
sweet.
century.
Which was a lot
Yes.
of awesome.
Back and
Which
forth.
Iron Man won, by the way.
Iron
No,
Man
he
did
really
not
didn't.
win.
He won. Yeah,
Who was left on the floor and who walked away?
well, okay. That was only because.
That's only because
I
he
admit,
lost.
it's
America.
only
No,
because
that's only because Bucky grabbed his ankle. I didn't like that.
If
You know how
Cap grabbed his ankle.
Because was a cat right? Was a
I
Cap,
admit
who
that-
was on the floor that grabbed Iron Man's ankle
Bucky.
that destroys. Yeah,
Bucky.
Bucky.
I'll go
Bucky
to the
grabs
team.
his
It's a
ankle.
Fight. What do you?
No, because I didn't like that. That's how. I didn't like that. That's how.
distraction.
Right. That
Yeah.
distraction is what caused like Bucky and Cap to win the fight. I wanted them to
All
beat
right.
Iron Man, like in an actual fight. I didn't like that. That was the way out for them to win.
Wait, time out.
The only reason that they could win in that fight is not just because they're better hand-to-hand combatants. Iron Man is loaded to the teeth with lasers and bullets and guns and
And
all
if you
that.
remember, he turned the tide
Ex-
on them with the computers. Remember what he
Yeah,
said?
so
Analyze
that-
their fight patterns.
That's how
Okay.
you want him
That's
to
what-
win?
Wait.
What do you mean? No, I'm not saying I wanted either side to win.
I'm saying that
I just
they won because they managed to like disable his stuff. They took out his rocket thrusters. They crushed his hands
Yeah.
to stop the repulsor blast.
right, and I would have rather them beat him doing that than having Bucky grab his ankle like that. I
Yeah.
would have rather them just beat him
Once-
until
well,
he
Captain
broke.
America almost killed him.
1 second.
Almost. Keywords almost.
Yeah.
If this was death battle rules, Captain America
Yeah.
would have
So,
killed him.
Death.
I
Oh, dear
don't
God.
doubt that it is possible for Tony Stark to have his computers analyze Captain America's fight patterns. But in like 2 seconds, it'd be kind of impossible to do that unless he's
also
just doing the
Iron-
same thing over and over
Well,
again.
in the comics, he tells Cap, I've videotaped every punch you ever threw.
That's, that's different.
Yeah.
That's explainable because if he's talking about hours and hours of footage,
Right, it was quick. It was quick.
it was that's one thing, but and also
And could
with
Captain
that-
America throw every type of punch he could ever throw in 3 seconds?
No.
yeah,
Right.
And
Yeah, we've seen him do
and
some.
also one
some
more
crazy
thing,
Stuff.
he's still a master of hand-to-hand combat. If Iron Man did that, he'd be able to block Captain America's stuff, but it doesn't mean that Cap wouldn't be able to block his stuff. Like, I feel like it would have been a more fair fight after that,
Right.
which would have been a cool fight.
What I really enjoyed was they stopped fighting because they couldn't fight anymore.
Right.
They were exhausted. The
Emotionally and physically.
Yes.
fight, and that's why they stopped. They
They're
didn't
both
stop.
bleeding profusely.
Because Martha.
They didn't stop because someone's mom's
Yeah.
name was theirs. They didn't stop because they had something else to do. They literally couldn't fight anymore.
Yeah.
And he picks up his buddy Bucky, and he walks away. And Tony's like, "You don't deserve that shield. My
And
father
he
made that
leaves it
shield."
on the ground.
And he was groveling. It was great how Tony
Yeah.
Stark was groveling. That's our shield. I'm taking my shield back. And I was like, "Oh, it's good for you," because I don't like Tony. I know you love.
I know.
you love
Iron
Tony
Man's
Stark.
probably Iron Man or Falcon's my
Boo.
favorite Avenger.
Falcon's cool. But I'm a Cap guy.
I like them both.
Yeah, I mean, I'm Spider-Man all the way, but Cap, I'm
Captain
I'm
America
definitely
is my
team Cap.
favorite.
I was Team Cap too,
I was team
Favorite
Cap.
Oh,
superhero.
definitely. He was in the right about this.
mostly because of Falcon, but also mostly because of Falcon and Ant-Man. Because aside from Iron Man, those are probably my two favorite guys. And what sold me on being on Team Cap's side is that I agreed with their motives. I completely disagreed with government interference in the Avengers.
Right.
Yeah.
Then that's pretty much the end of the movie.
And then we get the end credits.
Then we get basically Steve Rogers then writes a letter to Tony Stark.
Stank.
Tony
Writes a letter to Tony Stank and says, I'm sorry this had to be this way, but I'm always going to be here for you if you need me. And he gives him a cell phone. I guess that has one phone number in it that leads right to Captain America's cell phone,
Like
which was a
kind of
flip phone.
Hotline.
Some kind of super
I
powered break.
love how he gave Tony Stark a flip phone. I love
Yeah.
that. That was great.
Well, yeah. Number one, it
Stark's-
makes it's funny because you know how crazy Tony's phone is, but also from a realistic standpoint, you can't really track those things like you can a smartphone.
Right, and in the meantime, while they're all in Siberia doing this whole thing, fighting Iron Man, all his friends are in an underwater prison.
Yeah.
which he goes to and breaks his friends out. How did
Somehow.
he get there?
Thank you. Oh my God, I was asking that question.
Does he still have the Quinjet?
Yeah.
He still has
maybe?
the Quinjet.
Of course
And
he
Black
still has.
Panther-
Or Black Panther's helping him, right? I
Black
didn't think of
Panther's
any
got
of
the
that.
Wakandan
Oh yeah,
jet.
that's something we
Okay.
really need to bring up. The security in this movie, just for in general,
Is
was
awful.
awful.
Yeah.
Terrible.
No one
But-
could do anything. Like the guards at the UN couldn't see that bomb coming. The guards at the prison, where were they? There was no one.
One collapsed
There was
guy in
one
front of a
collapsed
video
guy. It was
screen.
really empty.
And how did
No,
how
there
did
were
the
bodies
van
everywhere.
how did the van blowing up on the ground blow up a thing 6 stories up?
Zemo is good with technology.
I guess.
He made that thing that took out all the power in the
He
world.
did make the EMP.
Also, yeah.
And I
and-
love how they didn't have to explain the
And if the
EMP.
bomb in
They
the
just did it.
van was, like, if the bomb in the van took up the entire back of that van, it would have been powerful enough. Because a bomb that
Hey, good
size.
thing we have
would
our
be able to do it.
explosives master here.
Yeah.
Demolitions expert.
One day.
That's
Hopefully.
one.
So
So
then
like
we-
the A team, but one extra.
Then we get to the end credits where we see Cap and Black Panther and Bucky in Wakanda, and Bucky's. I like how they had like a little cap over
Nub.
Bucky's nub, and he's like, "Listen, I got to be put back under cryogenic freeze, so until they figure out how to fix me."
I liked
Yeah.
that
So
decision.
that means
I really liked that
really,
decision.
Well, that means we don't have to see him again for like a while.
Oh
mean,
no,
I
they'll,
don't
they'll
re-
figure it out by the next movie.
Yeah.
The Wakandan.
We'll probably get
scientists
at
will
the end.
figure it
We'll
out
probably
by
get
then.
at the end of Black Panther. Like,
We're gonna get the Sputnik thing, because if you say Sputnik to Bucky, he shuts down as the Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
So that's probably they'll probably, control his mind and put a safe word in there,
And give him a vibranium arm.
and maybe give him a vibranium.
Midnight.
Now, is Cap anymore? Because
That's-
when he breaks all his buddies out, he's like in a jeans and a t-shirt.
Oh,
I
he's,
think-
of course he's Cap.
I think he's
Cap.
got the suit. I think they're doing what he's not gonna have the helmet anymore. I don't think.
Think he's gonna be Nomad?
Yeah, I think they're gonna. No, he's not gonna be Nomad. That's disgusting. Nomad is the worst. No, I think I'm gonna do the one with in the comics now, like depowered Steve.
Okay.
But he'll still be strong.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
just wearing like the Captain America, and he's wearing boots.
Right.
That's all it is. I
There's
think he's
also no
just,
reason why Cap doesn't get a vibranium suit either.
Yeah, that's true too.
He would be a beast.
Hey,
with a
vibranium is
suit.
expensive.
So basically,
Not when your best friend's
It's your
Tony Stark.
natural
No,
resource.
you mean yeah. Yeah, the
They're like
Wakandans.
diamonds. There's probably a ton of it on Wakanda, and they just have like a fabricated like ban on it.
Yeah, I mean,
they probably have material already made
Yeah.
to make.
okay, so I had some notes.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we had the second end credit scene.
Second end credit scene with
Which-
Spider-Man.
Wait, there was a
Spider
second
signal.
end credit scene.
Yeah, I have it. Don't worry.
Oopsies.
I have
You
it.
missed it?
I just
did.
walked.
I got it.
I didn't get it. Oopsies.
So there's Spider-Man in his bedroom in
Knew
Queens,
there was a second end credit scene.
and he has a
My
little
dad was like,
Stark
"Oh,
Tech thing on his wrist.
Excuse me.
that puts a-
Did you record this?
It
No.
it basically
one cares.
it basically confirms how
the
involved
guy
Tony
who
is going to
got it
be in
illegally
Spider-Man:
online.
Homecoming.
Right.
You already admitted to watching the entire thing online.
Yeah, BSAP.
My bad.
So that was the movie. We really liked it a lot.
Yeah.
I think one of the things that really separated it from Batman Superman, one of the reasons it really kicked Batman Superman's
Sounded
It
butt,
was good.
That was good.
but the name Batman v Superman insinuates that the movie was going to be about the struggle that those two individuals have with each other.
If I'm
Yeah.
gonna be honest,
And all
with
you got was
Which
8
it,
minutes of
which it was in the beginning.
it. Kind of.
Yes.
Kind of.
Because then it was Batman, like, this guy saves all these people. It was kind of like the same reason with the whole government interference with
But
the
how
Avengers.
much Batman versus Superman did you get?
Not much.
In 2.5 hours, you
4
got like
minutes.
6 to 8 minutes of them fighting before Martha came.
And
in.
it was bad.
In
Yeah.
Civil War, which insinuates friends fighting each other or
And it
brothers
was.
fighting each
It
other.
was.
You had probably 45 minutes to an hour
War Machine almost died.
of brutal
Yeah.
fights.
Yeah.
Except the Black Widow Hawkeye fight where they were throwing their punches because they're best friends. But
Pulling their punches.
pulling their punches. Yeah, what I say, throwing their punches, pulling their punches.
You are throwing your punches.
That's why, that's a big reason for me that movie just kicked Batman Superman in
If-
the butt. And they didn't have, Batman Superman tried to throw all this stuff into one movie.
The CGI was also done well.
Yeah, CGI was done very, and it was all in the daytime, so you could see everything. Batman,
Yeah.
Superman, everything was in the dark. It was raining. They're in a dimly lit warehouse. Here, everything is bright, daytime. see everything.
Even the daytime was dark.
Yeah, it's true.
What I think, really, I think a couple of things. The Batman versus Superman, I think they're getting.
A lot, doesn't he?
I do think a lot. I think that it's getting really. I think it's getting really. It's becoming an old thing where people are losing interest in Batman versus Superman, and Batman and Superman rather. But I also, wait, what is happening?
Go ahead, keep going.
No, okay. But I also think that there's nowhere else to go with the Batman and Superman franchises. I think that you really hit the.
Well, they got the Justice League.
Yeah, but I think that's really all. There's nothing. You can't make another Batman movie.
Sure.
Can I make a
can.
comparison?
They are making another Batman.
They
movie.
can make another
Of course
10
they are.
Batman movies, and everyone's going to go see
Can I
them.
make a
yeah.
comparison for one point?
Sure.
This movie was called Captain America: Civil War, and it did focus on Captain America and did a good job of it.
It was a Captain America.
and
movie.
it felt like an Avengers movie.
Right, it fulfilled both.
It
parts of
fulfills
the
both
title.
parties.
Yes.
Batman versus Superman didn't feel like it was enough about Batman or Superman, and it's supposed to be like setting up the Justice League, and it just
Yeah, there was
doesn't.
no Dawn, and there was no Justice.
No, there was Dawn, but it was like Dawn of Darkness.
Yeah, really.
All right.
Yeah, we need a bell for him.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
I
These
had
apps giving me all time. Oh yeah, good. Give you notes.
I had
No.
notes. Okay, so
God.
I took I like that Spider-Man's goggles now help him focus.
Yeah, that was
like
cool.
his senses were dialed to 11. I had advanced Wakanda, which is like
Yeah.
that's important that they're not like this, like living in huts.
Well, they're the most advanced country in the world.
in the
right?
world, which is cool. There's 2 Avengers teams now. Okay, we have
Yes.
Avengers
we have-
West
We have,
Coast.
yeah, we
West
have
Coast
Avengers Wakanda and we have Avengers America, which I think is really cool.
Global Avengers, you can call them?
Global event. There's definitely something there. There's definitely
I find it
some
funny Captain America is not on the America
America.
Avengers.
Captain Wakanda.
Irony for
It's-
you.
Nomad.
They're all gonna come together.
Oh
It's-
yeah, this is just
The Avengers are gonna be
Yeah,
the
because
Avengers once again.
The world's going to
Avengers
be in
reassemble.
turmoil. The
Yes.
world's going to be at risk. It's at stake, and they're going to have to come together.
and the,
Trouble,
and the
Miss
diff- and all
Romanoff.
the, yeah.
Trouble always.
they'll find like a common enemy. Like they'll be apart for a couple
They're
of
still
years, and,
friends.
and then they're gonna find a common
It's
enemy.
Thanos.
It's Thanos, yeah.
Right,
Yeah,
and you
Tony
can still
Stark
tell
is-
that Tony Stank and Cap are still best friends. They really are.
Okay, I had Rhodes. I think he's gonna have like arc reactors built in the legs of his suits.
Doesn't Iron Man have something
He's
like in
got
the
it.
comics that I forget what it's called? I
Call
heard
Reed
it.
Richards.
I
Yeah,
want
yeah,
more
exactly,
War
Corey.
Machine. He is so that suit is insane. Like
That
when
suit's
he
pretty
when
cool.
he opens up all the missile systems and guns at once, it's sick.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
Tony Stark and Aunt May getting together.
No.
Yes.
Oh my god!
I think they left it open.
Excuse me.
No, it's gonna happen.
No,
Isn't
no.
he,
What do you
Tony
mean?
Stark
Oh,
is
like,
like
I know.
Who's the vulture?
Tony
gonna
is
date?
like deeply in love with Pepper Potts.
Yeah,
I
he
don't
is.
know.
I think she doesn't want to be in any more movies, and this was their way of getting her out of the movies.
Divorce.
Well, they were never married.
Yeah, whatever. They were pretty much married. They were living together.
A close relationship like that, breaking up is basically a divorce.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then I was looking at the spider signal in the end credits, and I noticed this stuff around the edges.
Yeah,
That's
like
like
little
stuff around the
little
edges.
buttons, right?
Yeah, like what are those? Are those the other members of the Avengers?
That could be.
Possibly Doctor Strange, Captain Marvel.
Doctor Strange never was with the Avengers.
I think they're building up the new team now. I think that's what they're building.
I think there
Because
might be one movie where the Avengers are separate.
What do you
The Avengers, the
maybe
American
Infinity War
Avengers,
Part 1.
and then the Avengers Wakanda.
Well-
I think they're gonna be separate for like one movie.
Part 1 could be the unity. They could kind of unify at the end of Part 1.
Yeah.
And then
Which I
part
would
2
like.
would just be 2.5 hours of
Just
action,
all of the
which would be
Avengers.
Or they
insane.
can go into Dumbledore's grave and get the magic wand.
I believe. Wait, who has the Elder Wand at the?
Harry breaks it.
That's right. I'm sorry.
Potter.
All right, so that's it. That's
all she wrote.
That was a very good episode number 2.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play some outro music.
it.
Do we want to do really quick suggestions? Don't even
Just about
explain
to say,
them.
Yeah.
Let's do some suggestions.
Really,
Okay.
yeah, a really quick suggestion from me. This is pretty basic, as simple as it gets. It's
Just
two
Star
comics.
Wars.
It's the Poe Dameron and C-3PO comics.
C3.
I thought
It was okay.
It was okay,
It was
but it's good
lame.
enough for you Star Wars fans to read. It'll clear some holes.
Poe Dameron's great.
Is it canon?
It is canon.
Yeah, they're all
That's
canon.
all that matters.
And The Poe Dameron comic is also very interessante.
I like that one.
If you guys want to read it, if anybody out there wants to read it, I have it in my classroom, 3K. I
And
have
for,
both of them.
and for those of you who do not go to Xavier High School,
Like
then-
Big Bro?
Yeah, go buy it. Like,
Yeah.
Big Bro, who I'm taking off of Twitter right now.
why?
Oh,
Because
okay.
he has not listened to the podcast.
Because he's waiting for you to go on
he's
iTunes.
being-
We are going on iTunes,
He's being
everyone.
unfollowed.
You-
Like, right now.
Ooh, that's
Unless
tough.
unless he listens to this,
Tonight.
both podcasts, because he has to catch up
All right.
by Monday.
I'll give him the ultimatum.
Okay? Or he's going on the wall.
Again?
Again. He's going to have...
It's gonna be bad.
He's gonna have a
too.
silly hat on or
Oh,
something.
it's gonna be
I'm
bad.
gonna
Oh,
do it.
wow. Silly
Well,
hat,
we'll have
please.
Demo do it.
I'll do it.
Demo, what's your suggestion this week?
I'll
Come
just
back to
wing
me.
it.
All right, Will.
I have a cartoon that I think people should watch. It's awesome. It's on Cartoon Network. Steven Universe.
Yes.
It's a mixture of magic and science fiction, and it's amazing. Like, I
Very
can't
good.
even begin to... I might have to do a whole piece on that, which I might.
I want to change my suggestion.
No. Peg, no.
Spectacular Spider-Man, the TV show. I re-
Spectacular Spider-Man.
rewatched most of the episodes after seeing this because I was on the Spider-Man train. You don't like Spectacular Spider-Man?
No, I think you said you rewatched the episodes.
Peg, no,
I
you're-
did.
but, yeah.
This is also coming from the kid who sleeps with a ranger scarf tied around his eyes.
That's the one on the train.
Hey, look, I love my rangers, my like scarves, but that's weird. Move on.
Pagano?
Mine is my favorite fantasy series. That's books once again for me called The Edge Chronicles. They're fantastic, and if you like high fantasy, they're amazing books.
My suggestion this week is going to be The Flash book #1 by Jeff Johns. I picked it up last week, and it's a story of Wally West in an alternate dimension, and he loses his speed force, and he has to try to get back, and it's really, really good. Jeff Johns is a great writer.
All right, got one.
Okay.
I got another book idea. They're long books. They're called the King Killer Chronicles. There's 2 out right now out of 3. The first one was part of summer reading for people who are juniors now going into their sophomore year. It was called Name of the Wind.
That book was terrible. That's
It was
just my opinion.
amazing. You have no taste.
No, Name of the
Lisa.
Wind was very good.
Am I the only one who didn't like
Yes,
it?
because
Yes, because there were no lightsabers.
Because it
Move
wasn't
on.
Star Wars.
Anyway, it's a very, very well written book.
Yes, it is. I agree.
It's long. There's 2 of them out right now, and I have been waiting for the 3rd. It's a trilogy for too long.
So 2 very good fantasy series, Edge Chronicles and King Killer.
Read it.
Yes.
Do it.
Well,
Do
that,
it. There you
that
go.
does it for us, everybody. Thank you very much for listening. Again, you can get us at www.xsquadron.weebly.com. You can get us at xsquadpod@gmail.com, soundcloud.com/xsquadpod, and youtube.com/xsquadpod, and at Twitter, on Twitter at xsquadpod. Send us your suggestions. Send us your ideas for us to talk about, some topics.
Thanks to Andrew Brooks for the logos.
Oh, thanks to Andrew Brooks once again. He at Andrew Brooks TX on Twitter. Thanks for making those awesome logos for us. Thank you very much. And the next time you'll hear us will probably be an X-Men Apocalypse review. All right. Thanks, guys. Have a good day.
See ya.
Like,
Good evening.